This episode of Hobie is sponsored by Ho Jeff. Save 25% with promo code HobiePod.
Please note that any comments, jokes, questions, maybe anything that we say on the History of Bad Ideas is all in good fun. And remember, we insult everybody. Our thoughts, opinions, questions, anything else, actions that we do on the show do not reflect any of our employers, organizations, advertisers, or anyone else that is associated with the History of Bad Ideas. And remember, at the end of the day, it's just a joke.
It's about comic books, movies, growing up with Rokusuki. Superman before Zack Snyder ruined him. Michael Keaton was the best Batman, while Christian Bale was just deadpan. No one remembers the other ones. Princess Leia in bikinis and Transformer Lamborghinis. Please don't let Shia LaBeouf ever act again.
Please, God, no.
Remembering Tales from the Crypt, back when Michael Bay wrote good scripts.
He wrote good
All right
scripts.
here is no mystery, 'cause it's the history of bad.
It's bad.
It's the history of bad.
So bad.
It's the history of bad ideas. It's the history of bad.
It's bad.
It's the history of bad.
So bad.
It's the history of bad ideas.
Podcast.
Welcome to the History of Bad Ideas, episode number 500.
500.
I'm Jason.
I'm Jeff. I'm Jim. And I'm Brian.
And I'm your other co-host, Doug.
Oh. And?
And I'm Jeff.
Scab Jeff.
Yeah, Jeff.
Hey!
Get your nickname right, Scab.
First off, let's talk about the elephant in the room.
Hey now, wait
Wait
a
a
minute.
second. Is that a fat joke?
Oh, that was a big, that was 5 fat jokes. Ha!
Jeez.
Anyways, it's a big episode, number 500. It's a big thing for
Is that a
Hobie.
fat joke now, too?
Yes. And Blake's not here. I'm shocked. I'm shocked. Hobie has
Apparently,
something
he's
to-
on vacation for 6 months.
Fuck off.
I mean, he's on vacation more than I get suspended.
That isn't impressive. Damn you, Blake. Damn you. Yeah, so episode number 500, 9.5 years in the making. And, wow. Jeff, did you ever think we would be this way? Be this far?
Be this way.
When we got to 490, I thought we had a chance at 500.
What about episode 5?
No.
How about Doug listened to episode 3 today? Don't do that.
I've listened through episodes 1 through, I think I'm on 5 now.
Okay.
And that's why I said at the beginning it was, I'm your co-host, Jason. And I'm your other co-host, Jeff.
Really?
That's how you started.
Was I the first one in this room on the podcast besides the two?
In this room or on
Yes,
the show?
room.
in this room, yes.
He was on before you?
Yes. Oh, I didn't come on till later. Nick was on early. Nick was on episode 3. I think you were episode 4.
The Gimp.
Yes. And
Nick the Gimp was number 3.
And then I have a bone to pick because in episode 4 he sent something in and you said, "Oh, he's our number 1 fan."
Whoa. Who said that, Jeff?
I think it was you.
What? No.
At that time, he was.
And look at
No, I was still listening then.
Did you send us anything by then?
Yes.
Damn it.
I did.
Episode 4, you did send us
Oh
something?
yeah. I think it was episode 2 I had something sent in.
Son of a bitch.
But I wasn't the first question asked either. The disrespect. It was somebody named Kevin. I don't think it was relative Kevin.
It was a different Kevin.
Kevin Lane,
Oh, okay.
Oh.
I believe.
We know him.
I know that guy.
Yeah. So,
He stopped listening to me after episode 6.
No, he listened a little farther.
let's just say this. So, I did a little fun, retrospect here. In 500 episodes, we've had 32 different guests, either
Wow.
Zoom in or in the studio.
I would have thought it would be higher than that.
We had a lot of repeat customers. What is going on down there?
Nothing. I'm just trying to.
We hear you. Stop it. We had a lot of repeat guests in the very first, 30 episodes.
So do
50
you count?
episodes.
Do you count interviews?
Interviews. I'm glad you asked. We've had 1, 2, 3,
Whoa.
14 different interviews.
Wow.
Ooh.
I would have guessed like a half a dozen.
The first wild card episode that Doug loves was episode 65.
Wild card.
And we got picked up by nerdly.co.uk. Good day, Governor. On episode 79.
They
we've been
probably
with
listened to that wild card and were just in awe of what we
yeah.
did.
Yeah. So here's the thing. How many times do you think you've been on the show, Jeff? Scab Jeff.
14.
What?
27.
67 times.
What?
67
Yes!
times.
Well, there were there was some floppies that we did like 2 or 3.
Yeah, 67 times.
It's been
Doug, how many?
5.
If he's 67, I'm going to say 128.
70.
That's it?
Yeah, 70. 70.
Does that include?
Close.
I
need
think
to be
you
on.
miscounted. I think you
I have
miscounted.
70
I
here.
guess
No,
you're coming
I'm not about for
next
him.
week.
I'm not about for him.
No, he is 67. He appeared on a lot of episodes, like
Oh.
from 101 through like 10. He was on 101, 103, 104.
Because Jeff was out with Scab.
Yeah. I'm sorry. No, that's a different person. No, he was on 40, 45, 53, 54, 59, 60, 61. Like in the first 100, you were on like 15 times.
You couldn't find anybody else to
That is
co-host
true.
with you.
You were on a lot during the 100. You've actually been pretty consistent. 400 have been a little bit lower, but not as much or not as bad. So yeah. So you've been on 67 times. Doug's been 70 times. Jeannie of Hobie has been 16 times.
We enjoy every episode Jeannie comes on.
Dr. Bednar 20 times.
But when was the last time he was on?
It's been a
Episode
while.
346. Let's see. Nick the Gimp was on 13. Last appearance 157.
Ooh.
That was a 157 was a
Christmas?
It was Christmas
that was a
episode.
Christmas
Round table?
Yep.
But your first guest.
Was
Right.
Nick the Gimp.
So
Episode 3. You were episode 4.
he heard he heard a rumor that somebody requested him to be on again.
Ooh.
So he is maybe planning on coming on sometime.
Nick the
soon.
Gimp?
Nick the
I've
Gimp.
heard that. He has had listeners ask about that.
Multiple listeners?
2.
Ooh.
That's more than one.
Is one of them Doug?
No. No. Doug was first episode was 81. 81.
Wow.
And I think I may have put the wrong one out there. I think Ape Hands was 110. Episode 110.
Oh, you put
Okay.
the wrong one out.
So I will say this. So there's a little bit different. If you go to iTunes or whatever it is now, Apple Podcasts, that will give you the numbers I'm going through. There is a couple different number orientations. We are on 500, but like nerdly.co.uk doesn't like do the mini episodes as numbers sometimes. So that's why there's different numbers on nerdly.co.
Can I interrupt here for a
Yeah,
minute?
go ahead.
I think somebody we should who gets no recognition and who should is your wife,
Why is that?
because this is at your house
Yes.
all the time.
Every Tuesday.
Episode 4, your daughter was just born.
Yes.
And you had an episode.
Yes.
I don't think she gets enough credit for letting you do this.
Well,
To
we've,
be fair, it was just me, Scab Jeff, and Jeff at that point.
well,
She had just had a baby.
That's true.
we have always said that his wife is a saint.
Yes. Yes.
I mean, to
Yes.
be fair, she gets a break every week from him for at least 2 hours.
She was
She's the one that made us show up.
She's actually the one that created this, I heard, just to get away from Jason.
I know she's paid me for.
I didn't see that
17
twist coming.
She paid me 17 years to hang out with Jason. Even before you guys were dating.
I know, that is true.
But actually, your parents were doing that.
Yes.
She took over the payments from your mom and dad.
Well, you're getting married. Here you go. Jim, your first episode, 75.
yeah, I didn't really pay attention early.
Nickel was on 3 times.
Only 3?
Yeah.
Does that include his hockey report?
No.
Oh,
I didn't
okay.
do those.
Just
Was
as a
was
guess.
I
was
on
guessed.
all three of those same episodes, or were they all
Which one?
floppy? The Nichols.
I don't believe so. I don't
I'm
think.
pretty sure that he was on the floppy one. I'm thinking 3 times.
No, these were nope. You've never been on with no. You had been on with Doug, I think, over 20 times together.
And the Dit Man.
The Dit Man was 14 times. Dit Man's last episode was 315.
Just out of
Yeah, the
curiosity,
last time Nick was on too.
157. Nick the Gimp was 157.
Oh,
who's been on more? Jeff, me, or Blake?
Ooh, what do you think, Jeff?
Ooh.
I think Blake has
You think?
maybe
Okay.
like 4 or 5 more episodes.
Okay.
Jeannie was on the last episode before we shut down for COVID. We still did it, but it was on Zoom.
Yeah.
So,
But
so
we were in the studio.
yeah. Steve and Izzy, Everything I Learned from Movies, 13 times. A lot of times from 400 on.
That's about
Yes.
when they joined as
332 was
guests.
their first episode.
332. Okay.
Does the stork count because he wasn't actually seen?
He was 344. He was on. But yeah,
He didn't realize his camera wasn't on.
our first. I don't know why you guys weren't paying attention to my show. No. Our first big interview. You ready?
Oh, was it the Bigfoot guy?
No.
No.
I'll get to him. CEO of Oomba, Michael Williams, episode 32. Oomba did not work out.
Yeah, so how is Oomba doing?
What is
Jeff
Oomba?
got a shirt out of it.
What is Oomba?
Oomba.
The robot?
No,
Vacuum?
No. Was
Oomba. OOMBA.
They were trying to. I mean, honestly, I'm not even sure exactly what they were. I knew it had something to do about trying to make board gaming into the digital world.
Okay.
Like scoring and all that stuff. I don't know. I know step 1 was the Oomba. Don't know what step 2 was. Step 3 was profit.
Yes. Step 4, bankruptcy.
Yes. Yes.
I'm never going to financially recover from this.
Thank you, Tiger.
Yes, that was at Gen Con.
Yes.
Oomba. Sex, Lies, and Video Games. Oomba
yeah.
was a startup designed to make a lot of money from the game industry. Instead, everyone played each other.
I linked that to our Facebook page a couple months ago. History of Bad Ideas on Facebook. It did not work well. There was a lot of interesting things, shall we say.
the other little title was Inside the Spectacular Startup Failure of Oomba.
These assholes named Hobie gave them press.
Yeah, we gave them the Hobie bump for Oomba.
30-minute interview.
How quickly would they have faltered if they weren't on Hobie, though?
They made it an extra 4 years, I think.
One of my favorite comms, Al Norden, 2 TiVos to Paradise, episode 39.
Yes. Daughter having heart surgery again. Good,
Yes.
Good wishes for her.
Yes, good karma sending out. In
When
September,
was the
right?
first episode?
January of 2014. January 27th. I think it was 27th.
So we're 9.5 years.
Yeah.
Okay, and on that first episode, because I listened, not as bad as you guys think it was. The sound was good.
Okay.
There wasn't pauses. But Jeff did say they were going to talk about Magic the Gathering. When was the last time you talked about Magic the Gathering? Do you get that on your list?
Episode 200?
We talked about it a little bit because Jason made fun of his neighbors for playing it, and I think we talked about it sometime on the.
Yeah, I think we did. And
like you said, you could see them playing it through their window or
Yeah.
something.
Well, we've definitely talked a lot about the company that owns Magic the Gathering, Wizards of the Coast.
Yes.
Really? I don't think Blake has talked about them much. Jody Cook, the Bigfoot hunter that you're talking about, episode 41.
That was one of my favorite interviews of all time. It was so spectacularly terrible that it was awesome.
Go back and listen to episode 41. Episode 40 and 41 is Miamitown Paranormal Festival.
I think we have a number 1 on Jeff's top 5.
I just like Jeff Now's reaction to him. Jason, you're going to have to do this interview. I can't do this. I just can't. Well, some people will think that I don't buy that whole Bigfoot is a pet of the aliens, that they just drop it off here. I just think that's ridiculous. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. Is that a theory? Oh yeah, that's a big theory.
That's a new theory to me.
That's a big theory that the aliens, it's actually a pet of the aliens, and they just drop him off into the woods because they don't want him anymore. It's kind of like a dog.
I think that's what Doug's doing to you, Jason.
I did bring a dog over today. Yes, Brian, go ahead.
In his defense,
Yeah.
Jeff was just trying to prepare you for the Cincinnati Comic Expo.
September 22nd through 24th.
Because, think about some of the panels that you've had.
Yes.
They can go back. You can, compare those to that one. And some of them aren't that different.
Yeah, none of them are as bad as that one.
Do you know I'm a director? Anyways, moving on. Civility, people. Get that picture away from me. Doug,
So I guess
you're
we're
knocking it every time
we
you
are
move it.
doing
Sorry.
this.
That's right.
We are doing this here.
We are doing
We're
this.
doing this here. But yeah, episode 40 and 41, those are some fun episodes. I did like that. There's a lot of people in here that I don't remember interviewing.
Okay.
Well, Blake might have interviewed them.
Michael Caine. I remember a Michael Caine interview.
Michael Caine.
This guy here is dead.
Well, any examples of those you don't remember, or do you not want to
Vampiro.
insult people?
No, I like Vampiro.
He remembers Vampiro. He talks about that one.
Episode
still.
368. Let's see here. Makeup artist Ben Peters from Face Off. Episode 144. I interviewed him at the Cincinnati Comic Expo. Really nice guy.
Yes.
Yeah, I love Face Off.
He got a picture with my oldest son. Yeah, he got a picture with my oldest son. We interviewed. I completely forgot about it. Ken Johnson from Dead Men Inc. He had a Kickstarter, episode 148. Don't remember much about it, but yes.
We'll go back and listen.
Yes. And then the one thing that I really enjoyed was episode 160, going back, just looking at these guests. Matthew McDonald from Passerby's podcast. The guy that was going to get kicked in the face by...
yes.
who was that guy?
Jonathan Lipnicki.
Yes, we interviewed him.
We didn't interview Jonathan Lipnicki.
No.
We interviewed the guy who Jonathan Lipnicki was going to beat down.
Yes.
But he did interview Jonathan Lipnicki in his...
Yes, he did.
I'm impressed Jonathan Lipnicki responded to that. That was
Yes.
fantastic.
I remember that all because we asked for questions, and he's like, which celebrity would you just like to give a swift kick to the face to? Me is that Jonathan Lipnicki kid from Jerry Maguire. And then he responded, oh, yeah, you want to kick me right now? And showed, I said a picture of him doing his,
Taekwondo. Or
Yeah. He's like a black belt.
and he's jacked.
Yeah. We're like,
Ooh, wrong guy to call out.
I mean, I kind of would still want to do it if that's the response that I got
that's
personally. But,
yeah, so, So that's just some of the guests.
But then Jonathan Lipnicki did go on his podcast and interview and talk with him, and it was fun.
Yeah.
So thank you everybody for 500 episodes.
You're welcome.
Hey, love it.
What would you say Brian's first episode was?
Let me get that. Oh, I apologize for that. Talk amongst yourself here.
He forgot about the intern.
Okay, so
the former intern.
Episode 1, you guys discussed Batman versus Superman being delayed. Martian Manhunter was going to be in it. Nightwing was going to be in it.
Wasn't.
Apparently, the villain was going to be Metallo.
Wasn't.
You guys struck out there.
And then you're talking about, was it Michael Douglas being Hank Pym? Mm-hmm. And you were complaining about getting all these old guys into parts and how long they're going to last. And it was even Bill Cosby starring in a new sitcom.
Oh no!
Oops.
And then
So do we need to take episode 1 down?
No, it's fine. It's fine.
Jason wasn't thrilled with Seth Rogen being behind Preacher. He didn't think it was going to work.
It did work.
It did work very well.
I was very surprised.
And then the first top 5 was top 5 villains.
I remember that.
The first reply, the first answer was Jeff. He got his first one.
Ooh.
And he Hobie'd it.
Right out of the gate.
We started hobieing it from day one.
It was Sauron and Voldemort, top 5 villains. That was your number 5.
put 'em
Jason's
together.
was his favorite, Scarlet Witch.
He still hates her.
I do fucking hate that. She's a horrible character.
Great character.
Except for WandaVision. Great WandaVision.
And then afterwards, at the end of the episode, you did say, "We will get better."
Have we?
I
feel like we keep adding people, we do get better because then it's less pressure on us.
We add people to show that there's love in our community.
I think
Love. I came on just to make fun of Jason.
Well, you love to make fun of Jason, so
I hate you. I think it was who was it? Besotted Geek or Nickel? I forget which one.
Oh, we love Besotted Geek.
we love Nickel too.
Yeah,
No, we don't love Besotted Geek.
and it was.
Oh, no, we hate Besotted Geek.
Yes.
My bad.
Yes.
And they equate us
about that guy.
not the material, but the biggest compliment was that we are like the Howard Stern show because we can bring people in and like to join the group and nobody misses a beat. Like everyone just kind of adds to it, guest, new co-host, everything. And I thought that was a really nice thing. Like,
I don't know. When we brought Beetlejuice in, it was just awkward.
That is true. That is true.
I hope we don't do to someone what Howard Stern did to Dana Plato, though.
What'd you do?
Commit suicide 2 days after being on Howard Stern.
Oh, jeez.
Well, thanks for
bringing it down.
cheering up the podcast.
Do you want me to edit that out?
Ruin my Thursday. Thanks, Jeff.
It looks like I need to add something to my top 5 list.
Hey, Doug, can you bring your dog in? It might be a therapy dog.
Yeah. Can we talk about that for a second? There's a really sweet Brigger dog here that loves me.
Doug, what did you bring?
Australian Shepherd.
Your daughter's new dog.
Shelby, yes.
5 years old.
Like new dog? Like you just got her?
We've had her for a couple months. She showed her for 4-H.
Okay.
She did the dog show. So
Did you steal her along your mail route?
no, she was.
That was the horse.
Used to be bred. There's somebody we know that they bred Aussies and Corgis, and they got out of the Aussie business. So
The breeding business?
So all they do is breeding Corgis now. So
Okay.
So you adopted her.
yes,
Okay.
and she apparently really likes Brian, unlike your dogs.
My dogs try.
No, they don't
Do
try.
they?
It's kind of like
Molly tries. Cora
Yeah.
doesn't.
No, I agree.
Cora hates everybody.
That's true.
Scab, you only have cats, right?
I only have cats.
How many?
Well, I have 2 inside, and then there's one that hangs out outside.
Oh, okay.
I guess it's kind of mine.
Anything going on with you lately?
Nah, pretty boring.
Okay. Best killer man in the business.
Wow. Riveting.
His outside cat is super sweet.
What's your outside cat's name?
It normally just growls at us, but this week it let me pet her.
Oh, what's the name?
Round mouth, because its mouth kind of looks round when it yells at us.
When it goes,
When it yells at Jeff.
and it's only because Jeff's wife wouldn't let him name it O-Face.
It should have been O-Face.
I was going to say
I
Roundmouth
tried to pull that
the
off.
number
for
one
so long.
hooker in Vegas. Okay. Well, moving on.
So did you find what the information Jim was looking for?
Yeah. Sorry.
He forgot about you again.
Episode 306 was Brian's first episode.
Yeah, that's what I have wrote down here.
Dexter of Norwood.
Dexter of Norwood, recorded live at Dana Gardens, I believe.
Yes, it was.
I forgot that Blake's wife was on too.
Yes.
Episode 46.
Oh, yeah.
What was Blake's first episode?
18, and then he was permanent in 25. Episode 25. So
So it took him
Started going downhill at 25.
It took him 7 episodes to catch on.
yes.
It took me 1.
It took him 7 episodes to continually invite himself.
All I know is the best part about Brian is he showed Jim's like, hey, I brought Brian. I'm sorry, what are we doing? And then Brian shows up, no issue, no problem with that. And then you just kept showing up.
Yeah.
And I was like, okay, guess we're doing this. That works.
This is a thing now.
Okay.
He was the intern for probably 6 months before he was ever on the show.
That is
true.
true.
That's very true.
Yes. I was just talked about.
That's very true.
We blamed him for a lot of things.
Lots
We
of
did.
things.
We did.
Lots of things.
We did the fist pump and yelled his name a lot.
Yeah.
But Brian, thanks for coming on. I think you've added a lot. I think you have. So that was a nice compliment I'm trying to give you.
That was something.
You look like you're unsure.
I'm very unsure because that wasn't a compliment.
I said you've
Either
added
that or
a
you
lot
just
to the
don't know what the definition of
I
compliment
said
is.
you've added a lot to the show. It's very nice that you're on the show now.
You've added a lot to this.
Yeah.
It's better than taking away a lot.
You've detracted a lot.
You know what? Forget it. Just done. I'm done.
I'm really just in this for the money. So,
Have you gotten paid yet?
oh yeah, IOUs every week.
Oh, okay.
Oh, shit. Go talk to my
He-
wife.
he's
Has,
also
has
in
Dr.
charge of-
Dana got her big paycheck yet?
Dr. Dana is still waiting for her pay.
Yeah,
Go
yeah.
talk to my wife.
Me too.
She has
Yeah,
to check.
yeah.
Yeah, she's still waiting for her payment.
Yep,
Okay.
yep.
But- and speaking of Dr. Dana,
Yes.
she sent in a episode 500 bribe for Canadian of the Year.
This is Dr. Dana.
Yep.
What'd she bring?
She had a Oreo cheesecake commissioned for us.
Where is it?
It is in the green room.
Get that fucking shit in here now!
Quick, there's kids in the green room. I don't know if it's still in there.
Is there anything else in the green room
There
waiting
is
for us?
another treat in the green room.
Oh my gosh.
A second bribe.
Oh my lord!
Miss Marbles
Yes.
made us, I believe it's caramel chocolate.
cookie bars?
Yeah, caramel chocolate chip cookie bars.
Scab, you picked the right week to show up.
But I don't like sweets.
I hope everyone brought their insulin.
It's fine. It's fine.
Well,
We
then,
got some.
Scab, you picked the wrong week. to show up.
You can leave now.
So back
Well,
in
good thing you don't like sweets, because now we're going to try these shitty Oreos they ate last week.
Try these Japanese Oreos and then tell us you don't like sweets.
So this is the thing. Before you eat any good food, Doug,
You got to try the shitty stuff
I don't,
first.
even, I don't even like cheesecake.
doesn't matter.
And if you don't like sweet stuff, you can go ahead and drink some of that cola right behind you.
There you go. This is what was this?
No,
The
up top, Jeff.
They don't smell that bad.
Those are the peach blossom.
The peach blossom
God.
cookies.
It's a different smell, but
Saying they don't
it's
smell
a
that
different
bad.
smell.
It almost smells alcoholic.
yes.
It smells like feet.
Feet.
So my oldest son said it
Bad
tastes
feet.
like beer.
Yeah. Why does he know that?
He may have had a swig or two.
I've given it to my daughter just because she's like, "This is disgusting." That's right.
Yep.
How do you drink this exactly?
My oldest son
Wait
goes,
till life gets a hold of you, kid.
My oldest son is like, you get some really bad beer taste. What we got here, Jeff? Come on.
Was
Come
it
on,
better
Scab.
apart or together?
Together?
So is the cream a different flavor or just a cookie flavor?
Cream is a pretty standard cookie flavor, I think.
Okay, well, I'll just try the cookie by itself then.
Based on the smell, we didn't really dissect them last week like we usually do.
Yeah.
We were
This
we were
is
apprehensive.
What was this?
Jim already ate more than I did.
Peach blossom rice, right?
Peach blossom
Yeah.
rice.
Yes. Doug, what do you think?
That's not bad.
Get the fuck out of here.
Well, I feel this is what Oreos would taste like in an anime film.
Okay.
Maybe
really-
that's why I don't like anime.
It's not as bad as I expected.
No, I expect something horrid.
Yes. You guys are like drama queens.
Is this are we in the Twilight Zone?
I don't know.
Was the things that were in our package different than their package?
There was two packages, but they were both the same color. Here you
It's
go, Doug.
different.
Here you go, Doug. Got some. That one for you.
The mini
the
chocolate ones.
The cream's
oh
fine,
God,
too.
that's the smell.
No, just shove it in my face, thank you.
Oh, that smells like feet.
No, but the other one smelled worse. How?
No,
I mean,
not
this
worse
one is
than
bad,
this.
but the other one was worse.
That's
That's
the yogurt.
I think I like the pink ones better.
Those are awful.
How?
I don't think I can eat this.
Oh,
It smells like
Don't smell it. I didn't even smell
My
it.
brain is not working. The small one, the yogurt ones are much better than the peach blossom ones.
if you can't eat a Scab, it's okay. You ate the pink one.
it's really like feet,
Let me smell it.
The peach blossom one's not awful.
or like
It was,
Yes.
Yeah, see?
I can eat those
Yes. See, I didn't smell it. I just popped it in.
okay, wow.
again. I haven't smelled it or tasted it yet, so
Just taste it.
Oh, God.
Don't smell it. Just taste it.
I'm going to do both.
Well, then
taste it
afterwards,
first, then
taste it
smell
first. Don't smell it. Just taste it.
I feel like they're only doing this to make us try them again.
Oh, that's not happening.
No,
Yeah.
God, it does smell like feet.
I mean, I'm not denying
Take that trash up tonight.
That smells terrible. But the pink one was worse.
Yeah, 1000%.
For smell or taste?
Both.
No.
Yeah.
I don't know. That one
No.
was pretty bad.
I really don't know what
Oh.
you.
I can't get that. I can't
in
get that
pink
last
one.
smell out of my.
It tastes like bad yogurt.
Now smell,
With a
smell
little
that
chocolate
one.
flavor.
Oh, why is there one in front of me?
Smells like feet.
Yes, yes. It smells terrible.
Still gonna eat it. Man,
My brain is not working.
I know it is awful. It like is in your nose.
Maybe
and, like-
maybe you guys are the problem.
Oh, I'm sorry, Mr. Ranch ice cream.
I mean, they're
Wasn't that bad?
Yes, it was.
these are much better than
I'd like
ranch
to
ice
try
cream.
it.
These are slightly better than the ranch ice cream.
I agree. And maybe because I had high hopes, because I was like, oh, pink. That kind
Yeah, I had no idea what it was.
Yeah,
Yeah.
maybe
I can eat
was
more of the
expect-
peach blossoms than I can of the.
I couldn't.
one.
No, I actually ate more of the
mini.
the mini ones.
The
than
mini ones is the ones I bought.
Yeah, the yogurt ones. I at least
Don't buy 'em
ate
again.
One.
No, it was at
ones.
Jungle Gyms.
No.
I also we'll get these next time. Hello Panda caramels.
I'll eat them right now.
And, well, we're going to get the cheesecake.
The
there,
bribes.
Brian? And we'll keep
We also
talking
have chocolate strawberry
Yeah, those are the ones I've been looking forward to.
Yeah, we couldn't try those last week.
No.
We couldn't have anything good last week. We had to get all the shitty stuff out of the way.
How do you know they're going to be good?
We don't, but Jim's opening them.
What kind are they? They're chocolate strawberry cream from Asia.
Hey.
Well, actually Canada, but you know.
Well, they were from
No,
Canada
okay.
by way of Asia.
Not like feet.
No. But what do you have to do when Jason says we're not going to try it? Just open it and start eating.
We are going to try it.
Okay, real quick here. I listened to episode 50,
Yeah.
and you guys seem more excited about getting to 50 episodes than you did to 500.
Well, now it's an old hat. We didn't think 50 we were going to survive.
Once we got to 50, we weren't surprised by 500.
Okay, and
all of
then
them?
Do you want it, Scab? Give it to Jason then.
I'll take that. Thank you.
Oh, these ones actually, well, there's a
was
little
either-
bad smell, but they at least have a strawberry scent to them.
episode 50 or 70, I can't remember which one, is where me and Dr. Number One were going back and forth about Auto Man.
Oh, okay.
And you promised on episode 989
okay.
to do only an Auto Man episode.
I'll do it.
So I'm holding you guys to
You're
that.
coming on the show.
489 episodes
Yes,
away
yes.
for Auto Man.
An entire Auto Man episode. That'll give Brian plenty of time to research it.
and not
what
watch
is
it.
that?
It came out after Tron. It was Desi Arnaz Jr. in it.
Oh.
Where it was like
Some guy became a car.
he was like a computer generated police officer or something.
So it's like a mix of Knight Rider and RoboCop?
Yes. With Tron.
I do like a good
Which is a lot
mashup.
like Turbo Team.
It was 13 episodes. So just like Firefly. So it's on that,
Just as good.
How many weeks have you missed,
Have I missed?
or has the show not been
3.
on the air?
The one time when my oldest son was in surgery, I was in the hospital, and
4th of July.
4th of July, because we couldn't get anything this 4th of July coordinated enough.
We missed one when the electricity went out.
We did. So 4 episodes. Sorry.
That's a very good Oreo.
Yeah, it smells really good.
Yeah.
the strawberry cream is just enough.
Yep.
Different. Yeah.
That one falls under the good category,
Yes.
especially
Yes, it does.
Here,
compared
give me
to
some of those other things. I'll open them up and we'll eat them.
No, he's going to get cheesecake. That is a good Oreo.
So we're heading into the bribe portion of the show.
Well, before we get to that, while he's doing that out there, Randall Holt,
RJ
we
Holt
asked for
666.
listener feedback, like favorite moments, what you guys want us to do. He asked for the beginning of the show to bring back Up Down for the week. Back in the day, we used to do Up Down, one thing up, one thing down for the week. Or if you don't have down for the week, that's fine.
Okay.
Scab Jeff, you got anything?
Oh, you had to start with me.
Yeah. To tell everybody we're doing it and then give them nobody time to prepare.
I'll go up. I watched Violent Night with David Harbour.
Oh,
It was
when he was Santa?
yes.
Okay.
I liked it. It was good.
I want to see that. I
I liked that. It was good.
They're making
Down.
Yes.
Listening to your first 5 episodes.
Oh,
It's a lot of you. A lot of Jeff. Wow, a lot.
that's why you start bringing
You
guests.
told us it wasn't bad. You told us number 1 wasn't as bad as we thought.
You guys thought it was really bad. I was really expecting because the way Jason did, don't listen.
No, not
It
episode
really-
1. Don't listen to episode 0.
Well, that's never been released.
Episode 0 might be.
That's for Patreon only.
Yes. Yes.
And our Patreon starts at $10,000
a month. Yeah, so
Dr. Dana might get paid with that. Yeah.
She might finally get her expo money.
we do have it in a slush fund. Still. Up, down, anybody else?
Reaping all the interest, aren't you?
Okay. 0.05% interest.
I just got Undaunted Stalingrad. It's a board game, deck builder, almost legacy campaigns
Okay.
style about the Battle of Stalingrad. But Cohen and I played the first trial or what is it? A tutorial campaign, and it's a great game. I'm looking forward to playing more.
Okay.
More of that. The down. There was I had a party on Saturday.
Uh-oh. Did you get drunk?
That wasn't the. There were people there who recently started dating who had a little too much of the PDA going on, and by a little too much, Jen threatened to get a spray bottle. And was very close to actually going to grab a spray bottle.
Oh my gosh.
Jeff told me about that tonight.
Jeff, you want
No, I'll pass. Thank you.
smaller, like just a small, tiny piece?
Okay, I'll try a small, tiny piece.
A sliver of a taste.
Oh my gosh.
You weren't going to wait for everybody to get theirs?
Fuck no.
You selfish little bitch.
Let me tell you, cheesecake is. I will eat cheesecake, the whole thing by myself. I love cheesecake. Oh my god.
Thank
Well,
you.
you did pretty much eat the whole one that Jeannie brought a couple of years ago.
Wasn't that a floppy episode?
It was a floppy episode. She
Yes.
traveled all the way down here for a floppy episode.
And brought a cheesecake. And
So
then-
this is from Dr. Dana. It's an Oreo cheesecake. I'm going to put pictures up here on Twitter and Facebook page at Bad Ideas Podcast.
This mini Oreo that's on it does not smell like feet.
Oh my gosh. Dr. Dana. Oh my gosh. I know fish saved me a lot of money at Disney, but his cheesecake's pretty damn good. Oh, it's a tough call, Doug.
How quickly you forget.
Well, I'll be back next year, so I guess I have to vote for him.
Well,
Fish didn't do anything for me.
I didn't get any money saved at Disney, so...
So-
Doug? Oh, go ahead, Brian. Sorry.
No, so this was made by an acquaintance of ours who has her own bakery in Norwood.
Okay,
Yeah, Foz.
Yeah, give them a
F-O-Z,
plug.
Foz Bakery.
gotcha.
Anybody within driving distance of Foz Bakery, you should try them out. They get a thumbs up from
so
me.
good.
This is amazing.
So up, down, I'm going to say this Oreo cheesecake is an up.
This is my up for the week, too.
Mine are all the bribes we have.
Yes. My down for the week is finishing Based on a True Story on Peacock. Oh, that was a horrible show. Horrible show. Was not good. It was not good.
How much is the price increase for Peacock going to be?
$1.
Is it?
Yeah.
It's for the year. I think it was $10 if you pay like
Upfront.
upfront. It's from $49 to $59.
So when I bought it, mine's actually come up for renewal. When I got it, it was $20 for the whole year. And so that with commercials. I was like, I'll pay
Same.
that. But
Yeah, I got the email yesterday that I think sometime in August mine's going up, and I probably won't renew it.
you know what, though?
Is that the one that gives you Showtime for free now?
That's Paramount.
Paramount.
Yeah. Paramount, I'm not that really sold on. Paramount
I
Plus.
love it.
Really? My wife and I were talking what what streaming networks don't we use? The kids use a lot of Netflix. We're looking at it, I was like, I don't think I can besides Tulsa King.
It's honestly all of Taylor Sheridan shows are on there.
Yeah.
So Tulsa King, he's got a new show coming out, I believe, on the 23rd.
1874, 1923.
1899.
1883 and 1799. I don't know.
1989.
Yeah, no, I think Paramount's worth it.
Okay.
I probably haven't watched Netflix in over 6 months.
Yeah.
And that's the most expensive one.
Yeah.
Especially if you now are sharing it, because it's an additional $8 a month if somebody logs into your account that isn't at your home,
yeah.
they get a message that pops up and says that they're not authorized, and if they want to continue, it's $8 a month.
Jeez.
Man, I wonder if my ex is paying for that. I haven't logged in, so
No, what I'm going to say, my down is Spectrum Cable. We haven't cut the cord yet. We've been
Yet.
Well,
You have a month.
We have a month. We had just paid our monthly bill, and one box went bad. Well, we were using TiVo services.
Okay.
And you have to have like certain boxes. Well, Spectrum doesn't use those boxes anymore, and our box went bad, so we can't use it. So they said, well, you can't use our service with TiVo anymore. We said, well, we don't want your service because, well, you can use our DVRs. No, your DVRs are crap. And, I can't record 6 things at once like I can on TiVo. So we are going to be dumping Spectrum, and now we're just trying to figure out what we want to do. But, yeah, it's changing the way I watch television completely, and I'm not necessarily liking this.
YouTube TV is amazing with DVR.
Yeah, I will also give a plug for YouTube TV. It's very user-friendly. It's relatively cost comparative to most cable.
Yeah.
The DVR, unlimited cloud-based DVR.
Now, they have the local channels.
They do.
So I can record Jeopardy on them.
Yeah,
Yes.
I do.
They do not have Valley Sports, though.
They don't have Reds.
They don't have the
Yeah,
Reds.
we're aware of that, which is one of the reasons that we weren't cutting before because
Wait a month, it might be different.
because Bally might not have the Reds in a month.
Right.
Correct.
It's very. I haven't really had any problems with YouTube TV.
I mean, either. I've been very pleasantly surprised with them.
One thing I do like about it too is you can customize your guide. So like, if there are networks that you don't watch or you're not interested in scrolling past, you can hide them from your guide. So like, say for instance, the old person news channel where weird shit happens all the time. Like you don't have to even remotely worry about ever crossing over that path.
Well, Time Warner or Spectrum always offered you can block those stations, and you can. It just requires a PIN to open it back up. This is what 20 years ago.
20 years ago
Really?
or something
When I came home from college one weekend, and the Nashville network was on there, and CMT, and I hate all country music, so I put parental block on all these stations.
Wow.
And then
I can see where this is going.
and then he went back to school.
Oh no.
And then my mom was watching cable, and she gets these stations she can't get that she never watched, by the way. And then she starts yelling at Jeff. Why can't I watch these?
Damn you, Jeff.
I'm like, well, do you want to watch it? That's not the point.
Doug, wow, they had cable growing up.
Wow.
Welcome to the rich side.
Even without the Nashville network.
Yes. Wow.
Well, what is the Nashville network now? Is that
Spike.
Spike changed to Paramount.
Paramount? It's Paramount, yeah.
Yeah. Anybody else up, down this week?
I wasn't done bitching about.
Yeah, you're done. Next.
Let's see.
Wow.
My down is going to be trying to get enough people to play my golf league and my softball team every week and consistently. It's just becoming a headache trying to get consistent players there.
Gosh. I agree.
Like today for golf, we have 16 people in our little league, and we had 4 subs already brought in, and then 2 people canceled this morning.
Jeez,
You canceled the morning of? You can't find subs that are. And then softball, we have 16 people on the roster and a couple subs, and we're lucky to. One week we get 15, and then people bitch about we have too many. Then the next week we have 9.
I'll be there this week.
9 times.
9 times. So.
9!
So if you're going to commit to something, commit to it.
So, yeah.
My up are all these delicious bribes we're eating. Yeah.
Great. This cheesecake was fantastic.
Unbelievable.
We did have some polls of the week this week, just to let everybody know.
So you didn't even have an up down, and you're the one who brought it
No,
up?
cheesecake and based on a true story.
He
Oh,
was
that's
stealing
right, that's
my up.
Oh,
I
yeah,
did.
Jason, I want to thank you for revoking my suspension this week. So
You're
I can come
welcome.
on for this episode.
Just because of the cheesecake alone.
I appreciate you skipping over my up-down while I was serving everyone cheesecake.
Good job. In honor of episode 500 of Hobie tomorrow, what is your favorite segment of the podcast? That would be today.
My favorite is skipping what Brian has to say.
Yes.
Second favorite, interrupting Brian.
Plot lines, box office bombs, face off, and draft day. In last place, plot lines.
Plot lines,
Wait.
what?
What about One Good Thing? Riddle me this. Activate. Jeffication. Google word for the day. I'm Megan. Buy, sell. Hidden gems. Odds makers.
You know the one that I miss.
Sell.
Oh, God.
You know what I miss the most?
Yeah.
Is joke of the week.
I agree.
Yeah,
I agree.
What
too.
happened to that?
I was just tired of getting made fun of for my jokes, so I just didn't really feel. I didn't feel supported.
What happened? I get suspended every time I say a joke.
Well,
were they
yeah.
making fun of you, or were they laughing at you? Maybe they were laughing at the joke.
They were laughing at me, not with me.
Oh.
Anyways,
Jason's reaching across my board.
third place, face off with 23%. And then winning 38% to 31% draft day over box office bombs.
Wow, nobody cares what fails at the box office.
Well, they do.
Well, draft days is just great, though.
Well, I don't disagree.
That is true.
But you guys don't do box office bombs like you used to.
We just started it up again.
Okay.
We just started it up.
We were discussing that, how it just pretty much became the top 5 at the box office.
I think Jason just didn't want you getting any more mic time. That's what I think it was.
Could be.
I mean,
He likes to hoard mic time all for himself.
Yes.
We also had another one. Top 5 for the same thing, favorite segment. Top 5, listener feedback, us just bullshitting, and News of the Geek. In last place, News of the Geek was 0%.
Nobody likes News of the Geek.
So you gotta think
That's the
about
part
that.
Jason reads.
Yep, that's Jason's
But
part.
they make fun of you, Brian.
Me, yeah.
Interesting.
Actually, News of the Geek should be called Count Jason's pronunciation mistake.
Yes.
Have a speech impediment.
It's a brain impediment.
Host just bullshitting is 23%, and then top 5 in listener feedback, 38%.
Tied.
Yeah,
Wow.
look at that. Brian,
So more top 5s,
More listener feedback.
I think that's basically me and Randall carrying this show
Oh,
with listener
obviously.
feedback.
Speaking of that, Brian, hit us up with some
Don't
listener
forget
feedback.
Doctor Number 1.
Nah.
I can do that. In honor of Blake, who couldn't be here for this monumental episode. Hey, what
That
what
was
was
candy corn Pez. I tossed him.
Oh yeah, no, I don't want that.
I don't like candy corn.
It's
It
actually
doesn't taste a thing like candy corn.
it actually tastes like
sugar.
what do we say? Like caramel corn.
Yeah.
More than candy corn.
Yeah. So Blake's not here this week.
Yeah, listener feedback sponsored by I'll say Foz Bakery for that cheesecake and Dr. Dana.
Oh, yeah. That thing was amazing. I can't get over it. It's really good.
You should try.
I should.
We start off with that one guy.
Number 1, Fane.
8 pans.
Can't give yourself a nickname.
7.
Sunny D.
The delivery man.
Big D.
Chili Billy.
Dad.
The postman. Well, you got to read your own question.
Okay. Listening to episode 50, it was, I don't know, top things that make you happy or Christmas list. That's what it was.
Okay.
You do a Christmas list. And on Jeff's was food. He said it always makes him happy when someone gives him food. I have given him food, and he has badmouthed it each time.
That's true.
The question is,
each time.
The question is Jeff a liar?
No, because what you gave me was not food.
Technically, it is.
I mean, it's
By the standard definition of food, it fits.
The
but
cookies.
it's not edible.
It's a delicacy in Japan.
Well,
Well, this is
cookies were.
America, Doug.
yeah, okay, American food. I guess I didn't know I had to be specific enough.
Okay.
Or as Jason
What's
say,
more-
Pacific enough.
The Great Ocean.
What's more American than Hidden Valley Ranch?
Oh God, no, ranch is terrible.
Scab, would you eat ranch ice cream?
I'm curious. I wish I were here to try it when it.
No, you
No,
don't.
no.
Nope.
I'm curious.
No.
Doug, floppy
Nope.
awards.
Worst treat ever.
You bring it for the floppy awards for him.
I don't know if it'll be out again.
I'm sure it's in Japan. Just order it. It'll be fine. It'll be fine.
So no, Jeff is not a liar.
Okay. All right.
Did you want to ask both of your questions?
I already mentioned that.
Oh, okay.
When you were out, I think.
When I was
when they were
when I was
skipping you
serving
for-
dessert.
Yes.
Okay. All right. Next we have from Stork. Let's get this guy. Please don't bring back Boardroom.
Well, he's right. He was wrong on the whole Pezgate shit.
Can we bring back Boardroom?
No.
I think we did really good on Boardroom.
I don't believe that I've been involved in a Boardroom skit.
That's because it was done once and no one knew what was going on.
okay.
I don't
I
remember
thought you
what
brought
it
it
was.
back though.
We tried to bring it back once, and we had no idea what we were
Okay,
doing
okay.
again.
Do we ever know what we're doing?
No.
Okay.
We were supposed to have a plan with it, and then you just started up and threw a bunch of stuff out there and took away any plan that we would have had.
Jason wanted to be spontaneous, and yeah, we were without words.
Okay.
So
We're
what's
blaming
the
you.
idea behind Boardroom? I don't remember this.
It was something about we were like supposed to pitch a movie.
Yeah, we're pitching
or-
a movie.
So is it like broadly based on Pitch Storm?
before
It
Pitch
was
Storm was out?
Pitch
Storm.
You know, we do have Pitch Storm.
It was kind of based on the fact that when we would sit around and do like our movie executive talk about doing Torch Boy,
Hey, Torch Boy over here.
and
So that's
type
where
of
that was
stuff.
born
That's
from.
where it was born. But
Yeah.
he would like wanted us to just come up with these ideas with zero prep, and it really, really
Backfired.
was terrible.
Can I just bring this up because none of you caught this?
Yeah.
Jeff doesn't remember. He doesn't listen to the show. Why would he remember it?
I thought maybe I was involved with one of those.
Maybe.
He's been on like 68 times.
68 now. What else we got?
Next, we have from Randall Holt at RJ Holt 666.
Oh, not evil.
He's just handled
my
that way.
brother. He's got a couple of listener feedbacks here. He says, we need a good Jeffification. Maybe also a good story time with Blake's story.
I mean, if you want, I could go off on Spectrum Television, because I think I already started doing that.
Okay, you have 1 minute left then.
Or what did I go off? I can go off on Hercules again, that piece of shit movie.
You got any other thing?
What else do I want to bitch about?
Okay, can I jump in on Spectrum?
Sure.
We had was Time or whatever it was.
Time Warner,
Yeah.
became Spectrum or bought out, whatever.
Bioptics was coming out. I thought, okay, we'll try that.
Yeah.
Turned in all our equipment at Spectrum. Mm-hmm. Not a word. Okay, you're good to go. Fine. A few months later, we get a letter from a collection agency saying, we owe this much to Spectrum. And I called Spectrum, and they said, oh, we sent a bill out. No, you didn't. I said, you never say anything when we turned it in. So never again. When we got the new house that we couldn't get Bioptics, I'd do without before I go back to Spectrum.
Wow.
DirecTV did the same thing to me when I left DirecTV and turned
Really?
so they didn't send somebody out and they don't have anywhere to take your stuff. So they send you
Right.
pre-addressed boxes and you mail it back. So
Yeah.
I did that and I mailed it back. Fine, whatever. And then similar 6 months later, I got a bill or a collection agency thing when it was like $1,000.
Holy crap. What?
And I'm like, what? And I called them. They're like, yeah, we never got your equipment. And I'm like, talk to UPS. I mean,
Yeah.
I've got tracking numbers.
Yeah.
So from the boxes that you sent me, and I haven't heard since I told them that I didn't even have to show the tracking numbers. I just told them that I had them, and I haven't heard
wow.
anything since.
No, I have a friend who quit DirecTV, and they sent him a box to send back his thing, and he's like, no, I bought my own. I bought my own box. I went to the store, bought it. I wasn't renting. No, you have to send that back. No. I own this. I paid money to own this. I wasn't renting this. You got to send it back.
It's amazing what those companies will try to put over on people.
Well, that's Jeffication.
Yeah.
Yeah. stupid.
Story time with
shit.
Blake. I mean, you're not going to get that until like Easter, probably.
Correct.
Next year.
Correct.
I think that's when he's off of vacation.
I can tell a Blake story. I mean, it'll have no point, and it'll go on for about a half hour.
Moving on.
Remember that one time I was buying socks?
You know, I think I saw you in that store.
Yeah, I was
buying cotton balls.
I don't know why I want cotton balls. I just want socks.
Yeah.
So I went. I wanted to get a good cotton pair.
Yeah.
I wish you guys would stop talking.
So
Am I interrupting you?
So did you get like
Jason.
the short socks, the ankle socks, the knee highs?
Well, I went and I was looking at tube socks, but they just never look good on
No,
feet.
they don't.
So then I ended up going with the ankle socks. And a good friend of mine one time was planning on doing a new pair of socks a
Brian,
day for every
at one
day of the
point,
year.
I listened to all these.
I thought about doing that.
He was reading off the Emmy winners. I was about ready to shut it off.
Yes.
This is pretty close to that.
You know, just to piggyback off of what Jim just said there, I am the person that ultimately wants to get to the point in my life where I can afford to have 365 pairs of brand new socks and wear one of them one time only. That is my goal. So instead of Mr. Belvedere or Night Court on DVD, if all of the listeners want to send me one pair of socks, I can probably make this happen.
Is there a particular type of sock you like better than others?
I would prefer to stick to ankle or lower.
I agree.
No show or ankle, unless you're going to send them in the winter. A good, just a nice boot sock would be good.
See, Brian, I had
Preferably
a point.
no wool.
I had a point in what I was doing here.
At first I didn't think so, but then, I figured out what you were doing.
What would you like somebody to send you?
Socks are good. I wasn't thinking it, but then he started talking about socks, and it really got me thinking about socks.
Okay.
You know, it
And this
really
one
got me
time when I did
excited.
go to the store, and they had all the different kinds of, and I don't know what size socks I wear.
It's the same as
don't
it's
have
the
any
same as the shoe size you wear.
But it doesn't say it on there. It says like small, medium, large, right?
Yeah, socks only come in
It
like a
normally
couple
say
sizes.
medium, and it'll say like 9
8 to
to
10.
12. Or 8
Yeah,
to
9 to
10.
12.
But it says like 16 to 23, and nobody wears size 16
Well,
to 23.
don't buy don't buy socks in
big and
Canada.
large shop, big and tall.
I don't know.
Are you buying them off of Shaq's website?
Did you get them off Jody Cook, aka Bigfoot Hunter?
You use them as a sleeping bag?
I
He actually was in the camping section. He was
the
buying a
numbers
sleeping
did
bag.
not match my shoe size. They were
500
either all-
episodes in, and you've lost anything to talk about, huh?
Okay, moving on. Else got
Sock talk.
Well, I was going to say,
no.
if I'm not wearing the ankle socks, I like to wear the socks all the way up to the knee.
Yeah.
Over the calf. I hate the halfway rise ones.
They never stay.
suck.
Can we get to the next freaking subject?
Thanks, Randall.
So there you go, Randall. He had a follow up also. Just a couple
Or
of
socks.
just a couple of great moments for Randall in the history of Hobie. The cease and desist letter from the John Noble news segment.
Yes.
And also Matthew Modine calling out Jason's stupidity.
I don't know why. He was a great sheriff in Stranger Things.
I do remember the Matthew Modine thing. Was the other thing real?
That was
or-
on Twitter, right?
Yeah.
Yes.
That was
They're all
on
real.
Twitter.
Yep.
Yeah.
So Matthew Modine, I thought he was the sheriff in Stranger Things season 1, and I wrote that on Twitter and tagged him. He didn't think that was right. He called me out on it
Why didn't he think it was right?
because it wasn't right.
Okay.
Oh, so he was
I didn't
correcting
even
the record.
recognize,
We had a little-
at Matthew Modine as the sheriff. It's like, that's because I didn't play the sheriff.
And then what was my comment? Are you sure?
Yeah. Are you sure? Yes, that was David Harbour.
Yeah, then he wrote back. That was David. My bad, Matthew.
Why isn't that tweet pinned to our page?
See if I can find that.
Didn't Paul Reiser write you back too?
Paul Reiser did write me back. I'm trying to think who else did. Oreo wrote me back once.
Yeah, we're still waiting for that
Did they write you back
that
or just
endorsement.
like it?
I think they liked it. Damn it. I'm trying to think who else. Oh, Ernie Hudson. He wrote back. Yeah,
Nice.
When I really liked his new show on Fox, and it lasted 12 episodes.
You're the reason.
Yes.
Jose Canseco is still following me on Twitter.
Oh, that's good.
You know, I
Is
never.
O.J. Simpson following you, Brian? No, literally, is he following you?
I hope not.
I did see a white Bronco on my way out here, but
Okay.
I mean, we are in Indiana, so
That's true.
I mean,
That is true.
That's not uncommon. But no, he doesn't seem to be interested in the things that I say about him.
Oh, that's a shame.
But it's mostly just me tweeting him, telling him that he's killing it.
Does that get you suspended off Twitter?
Not anymore.
Okay.
You can say whatever you
Oh,
want
it's
on
the
Twitter.
Wild West out there on Twitter.
No, I know
did you
somebody
get-
who got their account suspended last week for no apparent reason.
Oh,
Did you get your old accounts back yet?
I've never been able to get any kind of a response on getting any.
but you're on Meta now, or what is that on?
Threads.
Threads.
I did take the plunge to Threads. I followed some people. I've never threaded anything.
But the question is, are you on Truth Social?
I am not on Truth Social. Thankfully.
So apparently now, if you want to get rid of Threads, you have to delete like Instagram.
Yeah, I mean, I kind of figured that was the goal thing there with Meta in general, because they want to be all encompassing social everything.
So if I'm not on Instagram,
you don't have to worry about it.
all right, cool.
What else we got?
So, what was the John Noble news?
We did John Noble News. Hell of a nice guy. We did a panel with him last year.
Yes, you interviewed
Great
him
highlight.
Oh, yeah, you didn't ask him about the cease and desist.
I did
order,
not.
did you?
We kept doing John Noble News. Shocking. He's not on social media. He really doesn't give a lot of interviews, and he really stays out of the limelight. So it's tough to find news. So we may not have gotten all the most accurate news, and we got a letter from the attorney for a cease and desist. So.
I'm really shocked you didn't bring that up at the
I think
Hell of a nice
Comic
guy,
Expo.
I think more than anything, he was probably just happy that there wasn't also a restraining order attached to that.
Yes.
Like
yes.
it's just nice to be able to be in the same room as you, sir.
So, John, we really love what you're doing. So you remember when your attorney sent us a cease and desist letter?
He was eating oranges, too, at that time. I do. John Noble, hell of a nice guy.
Those are tomatoes, I think you were
Whatever.
referring to.
Whatever.
They were cherry tomatoes that Doug brought.
Yes.
I will not go into the details, but I did witness a very nice thing that he did at the Comic Expo.
Yes.
And ultimately just seemed like a very nice person.
He was a very nice guy. What else you got?
All right, next from Kevin at Cincy Explorer. Still not his handle.
Nope.
Kevin says his favorite parts of the podcast over the last 500 episodes. Jason attempting to say charcuterie
Hey, Brian can say it.
and never saying it the same way. And then also, Kevin really likes all the family jokes and him saying his parents' name on air by accident.
Yes, I said his parents' names on air by accident.
Did they send you a cease and desist?
They did not. They did not.
Okay.
So,
All right.
But yes.
Thank you, Kevin.
Yes.
You say my name on the air all the time. What's the big deal?
It's on purpose, though.
Yes. Go buy a horse. What else we got?
From the Superiority Complex podcast.
Always thinking they're better than us.
What is your favorite recurring theme or joke on the show?
I think it would be interrupting Brian.
I very much disagree.
I would say it's Worsley.
Oh, Worsley is a good one.
He walked across Antarctica without a fucking jacket. What do you expect is going to happen?
I don't even remember what I was going to write down now, Jason. Thank you.
I think I might have to say hello, Jeff.
Yeah, that's good.
The Hello Jeff box?
Yes.
Speaking of which, what is the big 500 episode celebration box?
It is cottage cheese and pineapple.
Whoa.
Is the cottage cheese cold?
It is when we send it.
When it gets there, that depends
Is it
on
a
your delivery
refrigerated
person.
box?
I don't know.
It's cold when we send it.
Okay.
He recommends you salt it just a hair.
Okay.
Bring that extra flavor out.
The cheese or the pineapple?
Both.
Ooh.
I like salt and pepper on my cottage cheese.
I do not think I would like salt on my pineapple.
Probably not.
I like it on watermelon.
Until you try it on your pineapple.
Scab, what's your favorite recurring joke from the episodes that you've been on?
I'm not sure that there are any
The
ones
Oscars.
that I'm on.
How about you not winning a floppy ever?
Oh yeah,
You just got to vote
that's
for
not his
yourself,
favorite.
man.
That's not a joke.
yeah.
That's
I'm pretty
true.
sure that I'm.
I think that's
This
just
close.
him pulling a joke on himself.
I really thought
At
you
our
won-
expense.
I really thought you were going to win the floppy for best book about zombies on a Titanic.
Not best Jeff or best
Nope.
Morris.
Nope. Gotham came out of nowhere and won that floppy.
Well,
Always the dark horse.
It is.
he does have a record for most nominations.
He does. That is good. You're the Susan Lucci of Hobie. Congratulations.
What's second place? Like, how far ahead am I?
You're up by 32.
I had a Gotham.
Yes. Yes. Gotham is pretty close. Doug, you?
It doesn't happen often, but every once in a while you bring up, Jeff's pick of a Serbian film, and that's always interesting.
Your favorite film?
It's dark.
As he said on episode 4, don't watch it. I'm saying this, but don't watch it.
To which everybody then started watching it.
I have seen like numerous lists of movies where you should not watch, and that is normally number one.
It's well worth being number one.
Someone did a Photoshop on Facebook the other day, and it was like I forget who did it, and it was an arcade game of the Serbian film. It was a stand-up arcade game. I was like, oh.
The arcade version. Wow.
Is that what you have out in the green room?
Yes. What else we got here, Brian?
Superiority Complex also asks, where do we see ourselves in 500 more episodes?
Well, I guess we're going to see ourselves 2 episodes past an entire episode of Automan.
No,
989,
11 episodes, 989.
989. Oh, I was thinking 98. I'm sorry. 11 episodes past.
See, I'm not so sure about that. I'm thinking the first one will be such a big hit. You'll then do episode by episode for each one.
So we'll have to do 13 episodes worth of Automan?
Yes. I think it'll be.
So it'll be episode 11 of Automan.
Yes.
That's a bold strategy.
what I thi-
Change gears of what we do.
I think it's going to hit.
I think so. 989 episodes into our show. We're just going to change what we do. I like it.
Yeah.
I like it.
I'm pretty sure there'll probably be another cease and desist from, I don't know, probably Ross Marquand.
Oh, I do love Ross. Look at his eyes. Look at his eyes. Jeff, look behind you, scab.
Oh wow!
You know,
He's staring into your soul.
since we moved the table, I appreciate this seat more every week because of that.
Just because of Ross?
I'm really excited to see. No, to stop it.
I'm going to say in 500th around episode 1000, I'm going to say Scab Jeff is going to be a permanent member of the table because I will probably have passed.
So, scab.
Episode 1000. Jeff's dead.
We gotta have a funnier joke title than that. Who didn't see this coming? That could be the title.
No, Jeff did. He saw it coming on episode 500.
I mean, Jason, there aren't any movies out there anymore that you have told me you can't die before we see this movie together.
Barbie?
Yeah, that's not high on my list. so.
Oppenheimer?
We're not going together, are we?
Barbenheimer.
I'm free.
I saw a movie poster for Barbenheimer.
I'm free all weekend, Jeff.
Maybe we'll have to catch Oppenheimer this weekend.
I was thinking about it. Scab, so all you have to do is either have Jeff die or kill him, and you got to roll on the show.
Or
Just saying.
somebody else could come along, name Jeff, and become a permanent member, and then he dies, and then I can come in and take over for him.
That's true. You could do that. I like that. Will Blake make it to episode 1000?
I'm going to say
Yeah.
he'll be on vacation.
Gotcha.
He'll make it. I mean, he'll be around, but he'll only be on 13 more episodes. until
Gotcha.
Then.
Between now and 1000?
Yes.
Gotcha. What else we got?
From Steve at EILFM.
Everything I learned from movies.
Do each of you have a favorite episode?
I know Jason was putting out a thing where he was asking for episodes, and I know I threw out one of my favorite. I don't know. I would have to go back and actually think about each and every episode we ever did, which might take more time than I'm willing to put in. But I chose the episode I Like You, Pontius Pilate, I'll Kill You Last.
Yes. got one of our biggest numbers at that time.
It did. It launched us.
Because a lot of religious people listened. And it did not go over. We got some feedback like, when do you start talking about Pontius Pilate?
What is this?
Yes. we got several things from religious.
But we got a lot of downloads.
We did get a lot of
That's all that matters.
So then I think we went through like the next 10 episodes. We tried naming things with Jesus in the name, or Catholic, or religious.
Jesus' brother. I bought a box of wine.
Yes, he did. He did.
So just piggybacking on Jeff here, the 4 that stood out to me based on titles alone were 4 that obviously I recognize as titles that I suggested.
Okay.
Glutton for Stupid People.
Yep.
Grandma's Dutch Oven. Please Buy Me Things. Socks.
Socks.
Yeah, socks.
Socks. Right now,
and then
things are socks.
What
And
color
then-
do you want your socks?
Tip like white, black, gray. I'm not like too adventurous
Orange?
in that. Yeah,
So-
I'll take some orange.
Pink. Bright pink
I wear
socks.
bright
Look,
pink.
if somebody sends me them, they're gonna get worn
Because you're only wearing
I like
them
this.
once.
one day, and I can do it. And then lastly, I will go back to my first Dexter of Norwood.
Yep.
Obviously for
I would say one of my favorite ones is Weekend at Cobain's. I feel like that was the episode that me, you, and Blake really started getting our formula down really well. I don't know why. I just felt like that was a really fun episode.
And then you brought in these other 2 guys to screw that up.
Yeah, and I brought on these jackwagons.
To be fair, they had like 200 more episodes together before me, so
Jim, anything for you?
Looking for the one. Jeannie was on it. I'm trying to remember the name of it. It was a Valentine's Day episode. It was just my personal tragedies helped your ratings.
Yes. Yes.
I remember a couple of. I can't remember what the jokes were, but I remember laughing so hard I had a headache for like 2 days.
Jeannie did awesome on those. What else we got here?
are you going to ask Doug if he has any favorite
That's okay.
episodes?
That's okay. That's all right.
Do you have
Doug
it?
likes all 500.
That's why I listen to them. Well, not all. I don't
Not
listen to
3.
I don't listen to the ones with me in them.
Really?
No.
Really?
I'm here.
The exact opposite of Jeff.
Yes. I like the ones you did at the expo.
Yeah, those are
with
always fun.
cinema guys. Kind of a casual, and it being veiny.
Yeah.
Hi, I'm Brad.
Oh, God. Justin and his drawing penises.
It's all veiny.
We put that on the beginning of one episode one time.
Oh, boy.
Hi, I'm Brad.
What else we got?
Next we have from Ryan L. Terry at RL Terry 1. How do you feel your taste in cinema or other recurring topics has changed over the years? Moreover, do you now hold a different opinion on those topics than you did when you first started podcasting?
I was pretty old when I first started. It being 9.5 years ago, I was like in my 40s already.
Yeah.
So my tastes between then probably haven't changed a whole hell of a lot.
Oh, go ahead.
I mean, like early, stuff from like my, early 20s to then, there's probably been a big change of stuff that I liked. But in the last 9.5 years, I think I've pretty much am old and tired and in my ways.
I feel like I've gotten a little bit, like, relaxed on certain things. Like, I don't feel like I get that upset, like, when they're like, oh, well,
It's like every other episode where you're like, oh, fuck that guy. Fuck him. Fuck her.
You've given me some perception.
But 20 years ago, he was yelling, "Oh, fuck that!" Calm down a little bit. Now he's just like, "Oh, fuck him."
Now he's just saying it loudly.
For everyone to hear on the show.
Yeah.
But
And
no,
his,
I mean,
and his children to hear in the green
Instead
room.
of getting his gun out and oiling it every time you mention Kevin James, he just says, "Oh, fuck him."
I will say, like, some of the things that you say, like, it's not real. It's true. Like,
No, it's
why are you getting upset? Like I may say, like, oh, that show was awful and all that, but I don't care. Like, if somebody doesn't like it, okay, or if somebody likes it, great. I feel like that's kind of been my change in, like, whatever. I liked it. Have a good day.
no.
Except when Baby Yoda ate all those aliens, Brian. It was a whole
That was
species.
genocide.
It was genocide.
It was fictional genocide. It didn't really happen.
Oh, you mean it was on television?
Yeah, it wasn't real.
Oh, okay.
It wasn't real.
Jim, anything for you?
I don't know if it's so much
Now,
how.
wait a minute. That was on a streaming show. So you get your streaming over the internet, and everything on the internet is true.
That is true.
But
Yeah,
it's
yeah.
but
I
it's
saw
not.
a quote from Abraham Lincoln that said, "Everything you read on the internet is true." I don't know if it's so much me, but I'd say in the last 10 years, it could be just because movies has changed, but I'm not a big fan of like the slapstick comedy stuff that comes out anymore. Maybe it's just that's just crap.
The people that are writing it now
Yeah.
versus the people that were writing it that long
That's a
ago
good
have
take.
changed.
Yeah.
Well,
And the humor is different.
You can't make Blazing Saddles today,
No.
but I can still watch that.
Well-
I think it's funny,
As Mel Brooks said, we couldn't make it then either.
but they did.
Yeah.
Punched a horse.
Yeah, that was the really bad thing about it. Oh no, the biggest thing about it was that bean, the eating bean scene,
And farting.
the farting scene. That was so tame compared to what the rest of the movie was.
It's no Rustler's Rhapsody.
I
Rustler's Rap.
I don't know if it's just me, but any of the comedies that come out now are kind of like, meh.
I will say the slapstick I'm not a huge fan of anymore. I agree with you on that.
I mean, I was a huge fan of the first few Sandler films, and then those kind of grew tired. Will Ferrell's shtick kind of grew tired.
Kevin James never...
Hey,
Sorry.
He was never really slapstick. I mean, he did
Or
the stuff,
funny.
stuff with...
hey,
Sorry.
Hey, Kevin James fell down a lot.
Yeah, it was in the movie about wrestling. Here comes the boom.
speaking of that, I saw a clip from, I can't remember, he was the UFC guy that was his trainer in that movie. He used to fight in UFC
Yeah.
and trained him, and he's been in a bunch of his movies. They're friends. But, like, he's legitimately, like, he's trained. Like,
Oh, yeah, he
He
is.
took that so serious.
James?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like, he was like, people think of him, and they don't think about that.
Yeah. I want you to start bad-mouthing Kevin James for him to come in, and I want you to take Kevin James on in a UFC fight, Jason.
I just wish Kevin James would have taken comedy as seriously as he takes UFC.
Oh, I think we need to get this fight.
Well, let's
It'll be the undercard to Zuckerberg and Elon Musk.
Bring it.
Is Lipnicki going to be anywhere in this?
He's
Special
gonna be-
referee.
He's going to be kicking somebody in the head.
Anybody else?
I mean, just for me, like, I feel like it maybe it's also just me getting older, but when I first started, like, and maybe it was just because it was what you guys were always talking about, but like the Marvel DC, like, at that time I was interested in it, but at this point now, like, it's passed me up tenfold, and like, I don't care, like, I can't keep up with it.
You've only got about like 28 more Marvel movies to catch
Yeah,
up on.
And 13 television shows.
So
Right.
you only are about 1,000 hours behind.
Oh, is that it? Good.
You're fine.
You can catch that up next weekend.
Probably. I do have a few days off coming up.
There you go.
But like, just from that aspect, like, and partially maybe like I did enjoy them, but it was also like something to contribute or to, kind of fit in with, but now, like, I just don't care about them. Like, it's
out.
just like,
He's into Star Wars now.
Yes. Big
what
Star
is
Wars.
that? I've never wavered on that. I will never waver on that.
Okay. What else we got?
Remember back when it was a huge deal when we almost got Tara Reid to come on the show? And then we
Was
insulted
a
her?
big deal.
But now the show is probably more relevant than Tara Reid.
Great. Now she won't come on our show, Jeff.
she'll get a boost.
Yeah, now she
Toby
comes on her.
boost.
We'll give her the Hobie boost now.
Scab Jeff was a consultant on Sharknado and grew friendly with Tara.
Wait. Why didn't I know this?
Did you not listen to the show? Oh, you only listen to the ones that you're on?
So he became friendly with Tara Reid and her two sideways boobs. But
and that's why she wouldn't come on.
She wouldn't come on the show. Because
Only one of them is sideways. The other one is straight on.
That other one looks awesome.
I only put one eye up.
You just put your eye patch on.
Yeah, arg.
Just pretend you're at the eye doctor.
That's right. Tell me what you see. A good boob. What else we got?
Wait, did Doug have an answer to this?
Oh, any topic you change your. Yeah, at one point I thought, having a businessman as president might not be a bad idea.
Yeah.
Who knew?
I think a lot of people did know,
Maybe it was the.
but they just didn't want to say it.
No. Having a businessman as president still might not be a bad idea.
Yes.
But having a certain one as president is not a good idea.
Having a historically failed businessman as president, probably not the best idea.
Brian, you're fired. Hey, you get back here. When you're out there, can we get some more bribes?
Yeah, we're going to get some bribes. You can put the cheesecake in the fridge. Oh, okay.
Okay, but what I will say, a topic that has changed, I guess, since we started, and something we talked about a lot early on that we no longer really talk about, comic books.
Yes. Well, I sold mine.
Yeah, Jason sold his comic book.
But you know what? Then I just start coming back and just getting graphic novels now.
Grabbing the
and
anthologies.
omnibuses.
Yeah.
Nah, that is
Saga, still good.
Oh, what also we don't talk about as much as we used to is Magic the Gathering.
Yes.
And Red Dead Redemption, wasn't that like for
That was a good
a
one.
year?
I saw a train. You always get caught because it ends. While he's out there, I'll do it from Dev. In the third episode, the trilogy,
I just listened to that.
oh no.
it was noted that Cincinnati, Columbus, and Cleveland were the top downloaded locations for your show. Is that still true? It is not. So some of our top locations, Cincinnati has people, but it's not even like in the top. California is really big for us.
But California's also a much larger state.
I know,
I
but
mean, it doesn't.
I can't remember the exact city. So
Are we still huge in Japan?
We do have a good following in Japan.
Not if you badmouth their cookies.
No, cookies are great.
No, they're not. I'm
that's
sorry,
what-
Japan. Your cookies are terrible.
Well, that's why Doug and I were on this week to
Yes.
bring the cookies.
Fair and balanced.
Yes.
Seattle is a pretty big market for
I know
us.
what you're doing.
Alabama?
Alabama is not because they don't have technology or
because
electricity.
Jason insulted Alabama 18 times too many.
And we lost the listener.
I'm sorry. Boston is a good one for us.
Wow.
Boston is good for us.
We're still big in Ghana, though.
So you're saying?
Ghana, we do have people.
So you're saying I should do more Patriot talk?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes. And then Florida. Where was it? It wasn't Orlando. I'm trying to think of where it was. It was
Because you badmouthed Disney for years. Why would Orlando
I
listen
would
to you?
never badmouth Disney.
The entire government in Florida is bad-mouthing Disney, so why wouldn't the people
Doug, how
do
dare
the
you?
same?
I love Disney. We're planning a trip again.
Don't say Disney.
Disney.
Don't say it. You're not allowed in Florida.
Disney.
Don't say Disney.
He's going to get his ass handed to him on that. I just think.
Go ahead, Brian, for episode 500. Second part of Dev's question.
For episode 500, do a face-off segment or finish any of the numerous brackets you abandoned.
That's too many to get into this brackets.
Take his face.
So any face-off?
Okay. Katie Cassidy, the director, versus Katie Cassidy, the actor.
There's,
The Katie Cassidy, the actor, would beat the crap out of Katie Cassidy, the director.
because I think Katie Casey, director, is almost imaginary.
And she's very inexperienced.
She's stumbling around, blind, not really knowing what to do.
To be fair, the same could be said for both of those. But a nice person.
No.
I tried. I don't want to get a cease and desist letter, okay?
Tell me about everything
Just don't put it on the intro.
Oh,
It was just
Jason badmouths Katie Cassidy again.
hashtag Katie
I
Cassidy.
did not actually say anything in that segment.
it was just a struggle to interview her.
Moving on, what else we got? From
You did an amazing job interviewing her because she was giving you nothing.
That's just the
She was wearing 7 masks.
You know, that was that would honestly,
She was the Peanuts teacher?
if that was what we would have gotten, I would have taken it.
From Jock and Nerd.
Jock and Nerd.
Jock and Nerd says, "Hey, huge milestone, guys! Congrats!
Thanks.
We are just a few episodes behind you. What is the most surprising thing you've learned about yourselves after 500 episodes?"
I would say that, speaking of panels in the expo, I feel very comfortable doing the panels at the expos. I have no issue doing, like, the first episode that we did, I was petrified of our voice, like, I was petrified of everything. And then, like, as we started going on in that, even like episode 45, 50, like, it was still kind of like, I was scared, not scared, but like nervous. And then now it's like, yeah, that's fine. And then when, at Comic Expo, September 22nd through 24th, asked us to run the panels and that, it's like, yeah, we can do that. Like, I felt confident that we can all run it and do it well. So
I still don't like talking in front of people.
No, but you do a great job as sound man and video.
Yay.
I'm really actually looking forward to Jim getting some panels this year, maybe.
Yeah. Jimmy, do any panels?
I will.
Just don't do the Chris Farley thing.
Yeah. Remember that movie you did? Yeah, that was great.
Anyone else?
What I learned is having a college education doesn't necessarily make you smart.
Huh?
Me?
I think he's...
Charcuterie?
I remember something you said.
I think he was talking about all of us.
In the beginning, you said...
Well, I don't have a college education. So.
Well, me, Jason, and Blake, because we all have that
communications
degree.
Dear God.
I got to fall back on his degree. And oh, God. I think I do remember you saying...
I believe it was a quote from Dr. Teeth. Go ahead.
That you said you're just going to ride our coattails.
Exactly. When you make it rich and famous.
Yes.
Damn straight.
So...
Is that going to
Doesn't that make me smarter than you? I don't have to do this. I don't have to show up for 70.
Yeah, it's true. And Jody Benson's,
That's right.
show.
Yeah. Of course, then again, you get paid and I don't. So I guess, you got me there.
Professor number one, wrap this sucker up.
Oh, okay. I haven't learned anything
nobody
about
else
myself.
Well, what did you guys learn?
Jeff, go ahead.
Jason's a demon.
I'll say, what I've recently learned about myself, not necessarily through the podcast, but, I learned that, at 51, I learned I'm almost definitely have ADHD, and I learned that through internet memes.
Oh, I knew I had that when I was like 9.
Yeah, so yeah, that's something I'm coming to terms with.
From the podcast?
Not necessarily the podcast, but
Okay.
But that's just
the podcast has some stuff to do with that. Yes,
that's just being part of the rub some dirt on it generation. That's working out very well for us.
got a little dirt on it.
Yeah.
Put a little butter on it.
I'll say for myself, what I've learned is that if I miss a week, my brain hurts because I have so much stuff in it. I realize how much I sort of rely on this as being an outlet. And I've said it before, but this popped up for me in a bad time in my life. And since then, exponentially, my life has changed. I will never ever give you credit for that.
Me?
Yes, you. Specifically you.
I gave you a compliment earlier.
Did you?
And then he made fun of you, interrupted you.
Made me serve dessert?
You've known me for 20-something years. That's a compliment for me.
If I'm ever going to get one from him.
Yes.
No, but just kind of how much I'd sort of rely on this weekly thing. Just, having it.
Well, I hear you add to this show.
Well,
He doesn't listen, so
I'm going to piggyback off what Brian said. And I said, I learned that when I don't come on, when I'm suspended, I'm a lot meaner to people. And because I don't get all my stuff out and making fun of Jason, I have to say it to other people.
Yeah, and those are people that you rely on to make money from.
I know. It's like customers. If you start singing that song,
Gummy bears, gummy bears.
you think that's annoying? What's the next question? What's the next thing?
All right.
Oh, what's happening?
Looks like we're wrapping this up with Professor Number 1 and Doctor Number 1. In honor of episode 500, I want a segment talking about her husband's book. I don't know whose husband.
So
It doesn't say.
we need to go on a book tour to celebrate my new book.
Did you write a book?
Yes, I wrote a book.
Oh, Harry, I'm so proud of you.
It's on Oprah's best-selling list.
Up. I love it. I love you, Harry.
Well, the last chapter of the book is how much I hate you.
I'm Megan. Just going to be louder, Jeff. It's how much you love me. Oh, it's tough to love a succubus.
I think I'm filing for divorce.
You can't. I own you. You will. Oh, you turn me off. I own you.
What's clever here is we have on-air buttons where it won't record what you're saying, but it will still go out over our headphones.
I'm all done.
Are you?
I'm Megan.
Oh, let me apologize to all of our listeners for that last segment.
I heard that in the kitchen.
I think I'm going to be editing this out.
Yeah, right.
That's a good question. How many episodes have we edited?
4.
Only
Actually, there's more because in the beginning,
Wait, that might be part of my top 5, so be careful.
we didn't edit. We edited a lot. We had a lot of technical difficulties, I should say, because we had Yeti microphones. They're USB type microphones, and you only can use 1 or 2, I think, at a time. And we were using 3 and 4. And
Well, that was episode 3. There was
Yeah.
a big
Echo was
episode
terrible.
3.
Yeah.
I couldn't finish it. Sorry, guys.
I agree.
Oh, we're lucky it's even close to being able to understand
Yeah.
things. I mean, I spent a long time editing that, and I'm like, we might as well just scrap it. I mean, it was close to that.
But yeah, now that we got the nicer microphones, a nicer mixer, it's it's been a lifesaver. And in the beginning, Jeff and I didn't know how long we were going to do the podcast, so we didn't want to spend too much money investing and then going, oh crap, we're only doing 5 episodes. Because like some of our former guests that thought they were going to make money off it, she didn't. So I think once we got these condenser mics to Shury's, I think it's been great. At least I think so. And I love our new mixing board. It's awesome.
Testing me.
How does that work? I can't. I hit a button.
Yes.
A what?
Yes,
You hit a
did.
what?
A button.
I'm not sure why that one is even on the.
So we got some old school. Segments that the people want. Dev, the Psy guy. He wants to recast the movie Pompeii with Muppets.
Really?
Yes.
Jason, who was in Pompeii?
Miss Kermit the Frog and Miss Piggy were the main stars.
No. Who was in Pompeii?
I don't know.
Why?
Jeff and I did not watch that.
Why didn't you watch it?
To be fair,
I watched a half hour.
Didn't
of
they
it.
say if somebody buys it, we'll watch it?
Yeah,
Isn't that
so
what
if
they
somebody
say?
buys it for us,
Yes.
we'll definitely watch it.
Uh-huh.
So how was it?
it was great. It was by Paul W.S. Anderson, directed it.
No, wait.
Kit Harington was in it. Emily Browning, Kiefer Sutherland, Jessica Lucas. Yeah.
It does seem perfectly fit for the Muppets, though. Can't you just see the Muppets running away from the volcano with
Their arms up in the air.
It doesn't matter what Muppets.
I think we're going to need our plates back, huh?
Yes.
So we are casting these roles.
God.
Do we know what
Yes.
any of the roles actually are?
Kit Harington was young Milo.
Oh, was there an old Milo?
I don't know. I don't know which one is our plates.
This one's mine because I didn't get rid of it.
I'm passing, so.
I'm going to pass on this one right now. I'm going to pass. But this does look amazing.
Does look good.
I'm
probably
going to
the bottom.
say Kermit is that.
Look at that caramel.
Okay, they're now. We're going to move to the next thing. We will
Kermit
get back
is
to
Kit Harington.
Yes, we'll get back to this, Dev, next week. I promise. One good thing.
He promises.
Do you remember one good thing?
Yes.
That was when we got something crappy, and we have to find one good thing about it. This week,
It had Muppets.
Ezra Miller. One good thing.
And we need to talk about Kevin. He plays a good psychopath.
Okay, Scab.
I from where it is in the outline, I'm assuming that not knowing who he is a good thing.
That could be your good thing.
Okay.
Doug.
Flash. I thought he did a decent job. In Flash.
Okay. Did you like
As Flash.
So that's the guy who plays Flash.
Yeah.
And
So
what was
my
it?
good
Justice
thing-
League. I thought he was okay.
He was decent in Justice League. I'll do that. That's my one up. He was good in Justice League. Brian. One good thing. You gotta find it.
Maybe since DC is being rebooted, this will be his last
I like it.
film in the universe.
I got it. Jim.
The last episode of Peacemaker,
Oh, okay.
his cameo.
The one good thing, the recent DC film universe that is ending soon. I'm going to say the good thing about it, Wonder Woman. That's about it.
Gal Gadot is Wonder Woman.
Okay. Scab.
Does Batman versus Superman, is that part of the beginning of Batman versus Superman where Batman's in the city as Bruce Wayne and Superman's destroyed? That's one of my favorite scenes in any superhero movie.
Okay.
Flash. I like the Flash.
Jim, Brian?
The Snyder Cut.
Okay. Brian?
Peacemaker.
Okay. There you go. Now I want to do something face off. Face off.
You're going to take your face
off. Rocky Balboa. This is when we determine who wins in a fight. Rocky Balboa versus Adonis Creed versus Apollo Creed. Adonis Creed is Michael B. Jordan, Apollo's son. Who wins, Brian? You're the Rocky guy. Who's your pick? I like that it's a three-way boxing match, too.
I'm going to pick Adonis Creed.
Why?
Because Apollo Creed is dead and Rocky is old.
Okay.
So they would need to be alive, right? I
would think it's in their prime.
Oh,
in
you
their
didn't
prime.
say that.
In their prime.
But they weren't in their prime at the same time.
Well, it's a fake thing. Shut up and just do it.
It's not real, Jeff.
Thank you.
This will never happen.
Doug, who do you got? Brian, who we got here?
Rocky.
Okay.
Yeah, he's the ultimate underdog, so you can never count him out. I'll take Rocky.
Okay.
I'm going to go with Ivan Drago and Clubber Lang.
Oh. Okay. Scab?
I have no idea.
You don't know who Rocky Balboa is?
I know who Rocky Balboa is. I
Okay.
know who Apollo Creed and Adonis Creed are, but
Who are you picking?
In a fight between the three of them.
I will pick Rocky.
Okay. Jeff?
I already picked mine.
Okay. I'm picking Tommy Gunn as a dark horse in this. But if it's not him,
Jason loses.
Thunderlips.
I think I'm going to have to go with Rocky Balboa. You can hit that guy like 87 times in the head and it doesn't matter.
So he's like Homer.
Yes. Yes.
Yeah, you just can't rule him out.
Yeah.
You can never count him out.
Jeff, give me some News of the Geek music real quick.
News of the Geek.
Thank you.
You mean like one of our least favorite segments?
Yeah, I'm going to skip over that. The Simpsons have 750 episodes. Law and Order SVU has 530
You didn't
episodes.
even read the thing about.
Yeah.
No, the popsugar.com, in honor of
That's where-
500 episodes, here are television shows that have 500 or close to 500 episodes.
Popsugar.com, where Jason gets all of his news.
Yep. The Simpsons, 34 seasons and over 750 episodes.
Yep.
Law and Order SVU, 24 seasons, 530 episodes.
And ongoing.
The Simpsons is still ongoing, too.
Yes, it is. Yes, it is.
Law and Order, the flagship show, 1990 to 2010, and 2022 to present. Seasons 22 and over 480 episodes.
Jeez.
NCIS 2003 to present, 20 seasons and over 450 episodes.
I didn't even know NCIS was still on.
Oh yeah.
Is Mark Harmon on that?
Nope.
No.
He left.
Gary. It's
Gary Cole.
Gary Cole.
Oh, I like Gary Cole.
Gary Coleman.
Yes.
Family Guy, 1999 to present, 21 seasons and over 400 episodes. Grey's Anatomy, 2005 to present, 19 seasons and over 400 episodes. It should have been about 13 episodes.
So has that actually been on for 19 years?
Yes.
Yeah,
Yes, it has.
Holy crap.
I've seen about 14 episodes, 14 seasons. It's Ben McDreamy and McSteamy. American Dad, 2005 to present, 20 seasons, over 350 episodes.
That's unbelievable.
You know, going back to something that that we were talking about, something about ourselves that's changed since we started this. Like, I am nowhere near interested in either like Family Guy or like American
Yeah.
Dad. Like, I used to watch those religiously.
Yes.
And like I had up until I stopped. Like I had every season of Family Guy on DVD. Like watched them all the time. Now, I couldn't tell you the last time I watched any
I
of those
agree with you.
shows. Like I don't know what it is, but
I agree. Let's see here. In honor of our 500, per an engineer named Robert online at Quora.com, so these have to be accurate. These are some things that weigh 500 pounds.
Nice.
60 gallons of water. A little over 3 gallons of uranium. 1 gigajoule worth of TNT. TNT!
It's dynamite.
6-month-old baby cow. 100 million ants. And $900 in pennies. So just let you guys know.
Well, you know how much that is. That's what we paid you for softball one season.
Jeff, go ahead. We'll do plot lines next week. Let's get some box office news
I was
here.
getting ready to hit the plot line button.
No, hit the box
Jeez.
office news, Jeff. God.
Now I got to find the box office because I was ready for plot lines.
It's the first time you've ever been ready for anything on the show.
this treat,
Yes.
delightful.
Who was this from?
This is from Miss Marbles.
Okay.
And we're ready to dish out seconds to Jeff? Is that what you said?
Oh yeah, this is delicious.
What do you got for box office?
Oh, you mean...
It's time for Box Office Bombs.
There, I found it.
Okay. You want me to do this while you eat? Or
Yeah,
you
go ahead. You can do it.
Okay. Box office news. World
Why don't you
reports.
ask one of our guests to do it?
Scap Jeff, do this.
At number one, I'm starting this right. I don't start from 5 and go to 1. I go
Correct.
From 1. Okay.
Yep.
Number 1, Mission Impossible: Dead Reckoning Part 1. It made $56.2 million for a total of $85.5 million in its opening weekend on a budget of $290 million.
That seems low.
It is lower than they were expecting. They were hoping the weekend they would make 75 to 80 million. Did not happen.
Obviously, they only made 56.2.
No. Jeff, did you see this yet?
Not yet. I was considering going today,
Oh, okay.
but between work and coming here, it did not fit my time frame.
Yeah, Mission Impossible: Dead Reckoning is 6 hours long.
No, it's 2 hours and 30-some minutes,
Sorry.
but it started at like 4:10 or at 7.
Oh, okay. What else we got?
We got Sound of Freedom. It made $27 million for a total of $85.5 million. Does everything make $85.5 million this?
Yeah.
On a budget of $14.5 million. What is this? And
This
it's
is
big.
the Jim Caviezel, based on a true story of the it's the sex trafficking ring of children
That he breaks up.
that he breaks up.
Not Jim Caviezel, the act,
The
character.
person that he's playing, but it also apparently is. It got a 100% on Rotten Tomatoes. It has a perfect score on Rotten Tomatoes.
Okay.
Even though apparently at every theater there's a gigantic conspiracy theory of something happening to stop these movies from being
Yes.
shown.
AMC doesn't want you to watch them.
Yeah.
Turning off the air conditioning.
AMC doesn't want the money.
No, they don't want
No.
no.
The fire alarms going off like right as they're starting,
Yep.
or
Is it a big director? Or,
No.
no. It's
but just since Jesus
re-
plays the.
It's a faith-based show. Movie.
yeah. It's huge
So
on
it is actually played by Jim.
Yeah.
Caviezel.
Yes.
He,
Yep.
he was Jesus.
huge in on Fox News.
Huge. He's still pushing for the Passion of the Christ too, and I'm not kidding.
Once owned by Disney.
Passion of the Christ?
No, Sound of Freedom.
Oh yes, and then they shelved it. So, what else you got?
Insidious: The Red Door. It made $13 million for a total of $58 million on a budget of $16 million.
Okay.
Indiana Jones and the Dial of Destiny made $12 million for a total of $145.5 million on a budget of $300 million.
It's not doing well.
Okay, but you hear, people. There's websites with 10 reasons Indiana Jones isn't doing well, and part of it is number 4 sucked.
It was awful.
Without a doubt. And like with me, it'll be on Disney Plus within a month or two.
Yeah.
I don't want to see it bad enough where it's like, hey, I'm going to go. I'll just wait. I think that's, Bob Iger's big thing back in the day was, I want you to go to see the movie, and as you're leaving, you can buy the DVD of it. They kind of have that now, and it's kicked them in the ass.
I didn't think Indiana Jones, the new one, was that bad. I enjoyed it.
Did they really kill off Mutt?
Yeah, they did.
Spoilers.
Sorry.
How long it's been out?
3 weeks.
Exactly.
2 weeks. Yeah, they did. But you know what? Like, they're, what they are, right? Like, the first one's amazing, Raiders of the Lost Ark. But, like, what they are, and that's what this is they're all the same type formula. And I enjoyed it. It wasn't great, but it's not insulting to your intelligence like Kingdom of the Crystal Skull.
But are movies even back from COVID, though? I mean, you have your, Top Gun, you have your Super Mario Brothers and whatnot.
Spider-Man.
Right.
Stop watching Spider-Man.
But it's not 2, 3, 4 movies at a time where it's making money. It's
correct.
You might get one, and I don't know why people keep thinking, oh, this one's going to be a blockbuster. Why?
Last week, I went to look up to see when this movie was playing, and it was already out of the theaters, and that was Asteroid City.
Really?
It was out after 3 weeks.
Yeah.
The Wes Anderson?
Wes Anderson, yeah.
I mean, a lot of them, it's the whole Disney thing, go woke, go broke. But look at Fast and Furious 10, $140 million.
Yeah.
I mean,
now that's more for international they care about.
Right.
But it is still low for
U.S.
Yes. I think Indiana Jones is going to have trouble, too, especially once he reads what's coming out this week.
Yeah.
It may not be in the top 5.
Oh, I wouldn't think so.
Which is really interesting. Go ahead, Jeff.
I was about to say, Indiana Jones, there was a window where I could have watched that after work.
Yeah.
But I wouldn't have been here to start at 8 o'clock.
Well, thank you.
I was thinking about going. Had a 5:10 showing, but then it being 2 hours and 30-some-odd minutes, and with all the previews, I would probably not get here till like 8:15.
Correct. Well, look at you.
And Jason wanted to start by 8.
Oh, it's always 8:15.
It was 8:09 today.
Wow.
What else you got, Scap?
It was 8:01 when I walked through the door.
Sorry.
Elemental made $8.7 million for a total of $125.5 million on a budget of $200 million.
Keeps on fighting. What's upcoming, Jeff?
Which Jeff we talking about?
Scab. Keep going, Scab.
Okay, we have this weekend, July 21st of 2023, we have Terrifier. A Fire.
Terrifier came out in 2011.
They're re-releasing it.
Because Terrifier 3 comes out in 2024.
Yep. So Art the Clown.
Yeah, it's a 12-year-old movie. I'm not talking about it.
Okay, what else?
Barbenheimer. So that's Barbie and Oppenheimer, the two big ones of the
summer.
J. Robert Oppenheimer, a physics professor at the University of California, Berkeley, is best known for creating the atomic bomb during World War II as a wartime head of the Los Alamos Laboratory. He famously witnessed the first atomic bomb detonation in New Mexico in 1945 and later quoted the Bhagavad Gita saying, "Now I have become death, the destroyer of worlds." This documentary examines Oppenheimer's life from the early years of his involvement with nuclear physics and his later advocacy for nuclear weapons controls, featuring brand new. Is that the?
This is a documentary.
That's a documentary.
Okay, the movie is the same thing, but it's with Cillian Murphy.
Yeah, Cillian Murphy and Emily Blunt.
Cillian Murphy.
The story of American scientist Robert J. Oppenheimer.
No, he's not from Italy.
How do you know?
So let's hear about the Barbie documentary.
Barbie documentary.
It's a look back at the Mattel doll, as invented by Jane, whatever her name is.
Lynch.
No, it's not Jane Lynch.
Fonda.
Barbie suffers a crisis that leads her to question her world and her existence.
It looks like the Lego movie. And it even has Will Ferrell in it, playing the creator of Barbie, or the owner of Barbie.
Mattel?
Yeah.
Fire is the other one.
A Fire.
Was that like Hearts of Fire, the Marky Post TV show?
Ooh, I love Marky Post.
Was it John Ritter also in that too?
A Fire. A group of friends in Holiday, home by the Baltic Sea, where emotions run high as the parched forest around them catches fire.
Oh, this one. Okay.
Thomas Schubert, Paula Beer.
It's going to make $200 million this weekend.
Worldwide?
Yep. Oppenheimer is being predicted for $50 million, and Barbie is $120 million.
What about the people who are doing the Oppenheimer Barbie double feature?
That's combined. I don't know.
But I mean, that's kind of cool that they're saying they're getting multiple sales to the same people.
Yeah.
To watch
doing the double feature.
Doing the double feature.
And then I added this because our first episode was January 27th. The box office that week from January 24th, 2014 to January 26th, 2014. I just thought, just to see how things have compared. Scab, you want to take it?
Okay. Number one was Ride Along. It made $21 million for a total of $75.5 million on a budget of $25 million.
Not a bomb.
That was those movies that with how much they made up to that point that week.
Lone Survivor made $12.6 million, a total of $94 million on a budget of $40 million.
Not a bomb.
No.
The Nut Job.
Also the name of the porn.
Made $12.3 million for a total of $40 million on a budget of $42 million.
Not a bomb. It did eventually make more.
It made more. It's close.
Yeah.
I'm not sure I'm aware of this next movie.
Frozen made $9 million.
Only $9 million?
For a total of $348 million on a budget of $150 million.
Week 46 in the theaters.
Stop watching Frozen.
And Jack Ryan Shadow Recruit made $8.8 million for a total of $30.5 million on a budget of $60 million.
There's your bomb.
Who would have been the star of that?
Chris Pine.
Oh, okay.
I watched it last week.
I
Is it on Amazon?
realize that was 9.5 years
Is it on
ago.
Amazon?
Yeah.
Yeah.
It wasn't bad, but it wasn't.
I didn't realize it was 9.5 years ago that Chris Pine played Jack Ryan. I thought it was sooner.
I forgot Chris Pine played him.
He was paid to play him.
Let's see here. Top 5 this week?
Well, before we do that, I just want to really thank Miss Marbles for her
Yes.
yummy cookie bar, caramel chocolate chip cookie bar treats. They were fantastic, and now I want to take a nap.
Well, we're almost done. Top 5 this week. Top 5 favorite moments on the podcast. Anybody? Scab, you want to go first?
Sure, but I haven't heard a lot of the episodes. Pretty much just the ones that I've been on. Let's say number 5 is the Jody Cook Bigfoot interview.
Oh, okay. I like that.
Not number 1?
Well, I hope that I could come up with more by the time it comes back around.
Doug.
Early on, somebody at the table said something inappropriate, and the look Jason gave me, was just hilarious.
Would that be one of the hosts that isn't here tonight?
I'm not going to say who it was. It was just something inappropriate, and he knew he said it. I think he did.
Yeah, we think.
Was this one of the 4 or 5 times we had to edit?
Yes, this was.
Yes.
This was. It just, the look Jason gave me, he kind of creeped over like, oh my God, I can't believe he just said that. And he just kept on going on with the story. That was...
Yes.
Was it me?
No.
We'll talk about it later. Brian, number 5.
Number 5 would be probably the 5th or 6th time the one episode when Blake interrupted me consecutively.
Good call.
And then you called him out and yelled at him?
not that specific episode. That one I just kind of took it.
Oh, that was my number 4.
Put it on the board. Jim, what's yours?
My number 5 is the noise that Brian made drinking the Jones soda.
The gravy soda?
Between the noise that I made drinking that and the face I made eating the ice cream, which
Hey, shh.
Let's just end it there.
Jason.
My number 5, it was kind of the whole episode, just the first episode back after COVID. We were away from the studio. We got to use the studio for like a month. The brand new studio.
Yeah, brand new studio looks great. And COVID.
And COVID then.
And then Jason wouldn't let anybody in his neighborhood for 2 years.
Nor would he allow them to have any toilet paper.
We're fine in this house with toilet paper.
So you still have some left over from that?
No, I do not.
That's because he ended up. Didn't you actually donate some of that
Yeah, I
toilet
did.
paper?
I did.
Yeah.
I did.
It's funny that we bring that up, but Dr. Dana mentioned to me that we finally ran out of like Clorox wipes. Like we finally used
All of them?
all of them. Like because every time you saw them, you bought
Yes,
them.
yes.
Like it didn't matter. Money wasn't an issue. You just bought it. Like whatever. And she's like, we finally did it. Like we finally cracked the last bottle of Clorox that we brought from pandemic
From
times.
2020. Jeff.
Number 5 for me was episode where Pittsburgh Nerd had hosted or guest hosted or guest starred, whatever it's called.
Yeah.
They were guests on, and it's when you and Ian became best friends.
We did become best friends. We did.
Like we started the episode warring because we're
Yes.
rivals and pretty much all things, and by the end of the episode you were best friends.
We were, and then life happened. Fuck you, Ian.
They're back to rivals, I guess.
But I like you, Sean. Let's see here. My number 4.
Don't I get a number 4?
Oh, I'm sorry,
I mean, geez, did you change
your
the way
number
we
4?
do this
So
now?
this is a snake. Like he gets to,
I got it. My bad.
Okay, my number 4.
I was say my number 4 you had mentioned earlier, so I shot you a dirty look. I don't know if you noticed.
I did not.
But it was a Weekend at Cobain's.
You, to be fair, you shoot him a lot of looks every week.
I'm like, quit talking about that.
But stop talking about Weekend at Cobain's.
We did a draft day, and he picked the corpse of Kurt Cobain. And then went off into a Weekend at Bernie's remake with Kurt Cobain.
Yes, it was one of the more enjoyable times I remember having.
More enjoyable times you had with Blake.
I wasn't saying that.
Number 4 for me was episode 361, Election Night.
Oh, no.
And we're like, should be an interesting night. Should be pretty straightforward. Oh, that's interesting.
He's got no chance.
Yeah, he's got no chance. And like,
Wait
the
a
whole
second.
episode, we just start like, not that it wasn't even like we were caring, but it was like, oh shit, we're watching somebody upset Hillary Clinton. Like we never thought.
Down the hall.
Sorry. But like the whole episode, you could just hear our voices like get more and more like, what the fuck is happening
Wait,
here?
this is really gonna
Yes.
happen.
Yes.
Watching the meltdown of the news stations, because
Yes.
I don't watch Fox News, so as you watch these people just like, oh my god,
In real time, like literally just being speechless.
How can we be so wrong?
Like
and then the Saturday Night Live episode that came out with Dave
worst thing
Chappelle.
ever
Yes.
happened.
It's the worst that ever happened to black people in America.
Oh, yeah.
Oh yeah, okay.
Number 4 for you, Jim.
My number 4 is what Brian was alluding to. It is when we ate the ranch ice cream.
Okay, I'll make that my number 4 then too. Yes.
The look that Brian gave us, and then Jeff
The gagging.
gagging
Yes.
and almost throwing up in the corner.
yeah.
Not one of my highlights.
I mean, it was horrible. It tasted horrible.
It wasn't that bad.
It really was.
that bad.
It really really was.
I even tasted it at home afterwards to say, maybe I was wrong.
It was worse than the Jones Cola.
It.
Oh,
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Did it smell like feet?
it smelled like ranch
Oh
dressing.
no, God! It gagged the shit out of me.
Yeah, the smell was putrid.
Rancid. I mean, it
literally
spoiled,
and
it smelled spoiled.
Because what had happened was Doug found it along his mail route, stuck it in his bag, finished his day,
refroze it,
took it home, put it in the freezer, and then brought it to us.
Number 4 for you, Brian.
Number 4 for me isn't necessarily a specific moment in a single podcast, but it is, to me, titles for the show is ultimately one of my favorite things that we do. Just like, just reading them back, like, and then, thinking about like
why we said that.
Right. Yeah. Just the titles for the show part is one of my favorite things.
I feel I was there for the first one of those.
I think you were.
Oh, it was an addendum originally. Yes.
Addendum.
When did we get away from making that an addendum and just doing it at the
When
end?
Jason got tired of us pausing and
then
adding the closing theme and then having to re-record again.
Well, he used to still say addendum, and then we just do it.
So spending more time with us,
yes,
trying to get us out sooner is really the goal for.
That was the impetus.
How long have you known me?
Yeah, he's been looking at us for the last half hour trying to wrap this up.
We're just going to do this next week.
I'm ready for plot lines.
Yeah,
Number 4 for you, Doug.
Ranch ice cream.
Okay. Scab.
It was the fourth time that Blake interrupted him.
Okay. Number 3
I
for
said
you,
the
Scab.
5th and 6th time. So
Oh,
He said the 4th time.
yeah.
Well, his favorite was the 4th.
But we had to put it on the board already. So.
Take it down, Doug. Take it down.
Yep.
I thought that it was. I thought that the one that you were talking about was the fourth, but I guess it was the fifth or sixth.
I didn't mind it so many of the first 4 times, but the 5th and 6th times really got me.
Okay.
Number 3 for you, Scab.
At the end when we do the names of the show, I really like that.
Put it on the board. Right, you're like in sync with him.
I feel like I know what's happening here.
What? Number
I've
3.
got my number 1. So.
Number 3.
I'll go with something I guess relatively nice to you guys, but not Jason. But Jason's the main speaker here, obviously. But the improvement, not improvement, but the quality that you guys have brought. Blake's just going to talk, but you guys, where I'm listening at work unofficially, but it was always okay. Oh, that guy had a good, this one didn't talk as much. This guy was funny, and it was always, one guy was always starred, I thought, and then just probably within the last year or so, it's like everybody's good. It's not,
Well,
even though nobody catches Jeff's comments all the time. I feel so bad for him. I laugh, Jeff. Everybody else ignores you, but he'll say some comment while you guys are talking, and I'm like, are they going to go back to that? No.
Jeff's on the show.
I do have a microphone, so I will talk into it sometimes.
And I will use it.
I know that they will hear it, even if you don't.
Yes.
So Jeff is ultimately here for the listeners,
Yes.
not for us.
Well, that's why I came on. The listeners wanted somebody to kind of get to put Jason in his place a little bit.
Yeah.
So I came on to tell him to shut up sometimes.
I'm trying to make it so it's not dead
Shut up.
air. Okay.
But yeah, I mean, just over the course, probably the last year or so, it's everybody's good. Like I said early on, it was okay. Jeff was good this show. Brian was good this show. Jim was good this show. And now it's just they're all you're all good all the time.
Oh, look at that. Thank you.
Sounds like he's sucking up for some
I
reason.
think it does help to, obviously Brian came on, 306, I think it was.
306.
I think it takes a while for everybody to kind of start knowing.
Find their footing or figure out where they can.
And Blake has a role. I mean,
Yes.
This isn't a knock on him. I would consider him just the talent. That's all he does is show up and talk. He doesn't care about anything else. But he can
fill air.
Yes. Where
he can tell a story.
Yes.
We don't have
and then
a
the next
segment
week,
called
tell the story again.
Hey, did you guys know that he went to Alaska recently?
He did?
Yeah.
Did we talk about Alaska?
Don't put Alaska in the title. The listeners do not like that.
I'm going to Alaska in October, by the way.
Okay.
So what are
So
we
when
going
you
to
get
talk?
back-
What are you going to talk about Alaska?
Number 3, Brian.
Number 3 for me will have to be the snacks segment that we've slowly added into. It's kind of fun. Like,
was never an official segment.
no, but I feel like after we interviewed
Tom Cavanaugh.
Yeah.
that guy, I
Yep.
couldn't remember his name. I could see his face in the bathtub drinking beers on Scrubs. But I
Tom
couldn't-
and Soto eat snacks.
Yeah. It's kind of like we brought that up after the fact of the expo, and it's like, that's kind of what we do.
Yes. That is
But
exactly what we do.
it's kind of fun. Like,
Yeah. Not ranch ice cream fun.
all jokes aside, no matter how bad they are, it's still fun.
Yes.
Could be good. You never know.
It could be good.
Most of the time, they're not.
That's the name of the segment from now on. It could be good.
Could be good. Put it on the board.
Change approved.
Yeah.
Put it on the board.
Number 3 for you, Jim.
My number 3, it's going to be a Floppies episode.
Oh.
Mainly, it's going to be when Scab Jeff had a chance to win, but did not vote for himself.
All you got to do is vote for yourself, man.
And then when it went back to a recount, he lost.
Yes. Thought you had it.
I did have that one. I should have had it.
Number 3 for me is a more recent one, episode 497. I don't know why, but I was cracking up with Submersible when the Titanic submersible. Wow! And we just kept talking about it.
Is this an out of context thing, or is this actually
It
what
was so
happened?
funny.
They died. At that point, they weren't dead. At that point,
No, they
weren't dead.
very much
We
were.
didn't know that they were dead.
Horribly dead.
No, we all knew that they were dead.
Officially, they were not dead.
Unofficially, they were dead.
But me and Brian just kept talking about it.
James Cameron knew they were dead at that time.
And we just kept talking and talking about it. And Jeff was like, you could tell, like, Jeff was like, okay, moving on. No, then did you know? This fucker paid $250,000 to get in. It has a screen door for a door. What are you doing?
They're bolted in. They were bolted in.
I know, we're floating here. Can't get it. We don't have the right ratchet set.
We never did figure out if they were metric or standard bolts.
The whales did.
And I feel like if somebody would have known that,
It would have been
they
fine.
might have not blown up.
You realize they had like 50 seconds as they're sinking.
Yes.
That they knew they were dead.
Yeah, they were listening to Hobie, too.
Did you guys see the subway in the Mississippi, I think?
I believe.
Georgia, that posted their sign that said, "Our subs don't implode."
I believe
think
it
we
was
mentioned
that
that.
episode or the next one when I brought that up because I had
Yeah.
seen that. The internet wasn't happy about that.
Oh, they got in a little bit of trouble for that.
Yeah.
It's a shame. I feel bad. Throw out some prayers.
T's and P's.
Yep.
T's and P's.
My number 2.
Oh, you're skipping me completely again.
Wow. Number 3.
That time that Jason skipped Jeff on the top 5.
I mean, the first time he let me get
Well, that's
one
my
of
number
mine
2.
out.
Who's your number 3, Jeff?
My number 3 was the time when Dr. Bednar came in with our theme song,
Oh, yeah.
and I love our theme song.
It is one of the best theme songs in podcasting.
And he
Yes.
played it live for us, and we hit it.
No, I meant the first time he ever
Oh.
brought it, not the time he played it live.
I gotcha.
That was fun too.
Yes.
And he gave us new verses to sing. But just the fact that we had a theme song that was top notch.
Isn't it about time he got a new one, though?
I would think so.
Just a hint. Maybe
go,
he
Doctor.
should.
We don't need a new theme song. I mean, he can give us a
New
five.
lyrics. New
Top five.
lyrics.
Oh, okay.
We need top 5.
Updated lyrics.
Number 2.
Number 2 for me was that year when we went to the Comic Expo and all the people came into town. Chris and Kevin from the UK and Dev came down, and Brett and PJ came down, and that whole Comic Expo was great. We put out some great episodes.
We did.
Had some fun that weekend.
That was a good weekend.
That was. Let's see here.
That's my number 2.
Okay. My number 2 is, I hope he did. It was Cannonball when me and you recorded in Florida, and my kids were in the background yelling, "Cannonball!"
They were jumping
into
in the
water.
pool. Yeah, I think we were out on the balcony and they were trying to splash us.
Yes. That was that was episode 37.
Yeah, that was fun for us.
Yeah. We had fun. And then episode 85, just because we got a lot of, we still have a lot of traction off of it, when Blake and I introduced Torch Boy in the boardroom, not a boardroom segment, but the studio. And we kept saying, "Give me that Torch Boy guy. Yeah, let's do that." And 400 episodes later, we're still here for doing it.
Yeah, Torch Boy is a recurring
theme
thing.
Number 2 for you.
I said thing because that's Torch Boy's
And Fantastic
buddy.
Four.
My number 2 has to go back to the Comic Expos. I think it was the second year I was down there with you guys when the kid came up and wanted our autographs.
We did give autographs.
So Jason and I signed some Magic the Gathering cards for him.
Yes.
Oh, you signed Magic the Gathering cards?
Wow. We looked at each other and we're like, "Did we just give an autograph?"
You could just, oh, hell yeah, I'm going to do this.
So we have been talking a lot about Magic the Gathering this episode.
That's what we call full circle.
Number 2 for you, Brian.
Number 2 for me, again, not a singular moment, but it's been fun for me to be able to share this with with friends and coworkers, and Miss Marbles and 1K Coney Pat and Marlia. They're now contributing, and they're listening every week, and just being able to bring more people in and get them on board and interested in what it is that we're doing.
Yeah,
because as a history podcast, and as serious as we are, it is nice. It's just nice to be able to share it with Dr. Dana, and she still needs to be paid.
Yeah.
Well, Jason, I think, understands because he, shares what we do with his wife all the time. She is so enamored with our podcast.
Again, the whole reason for this is to get away from him. I feel.
I will say it is impressive to see, New Zealand, China, people from all over the world listen. And we're just like, what the fuck? People listen to us.
Yeah.
And our whole goal was 50 people. That was it. And then just to see the amount of people that listen, we're like, oh my God, they listen to us knuckleheads? Yeah. So it's been really interesting to see that.
Yeah.
And just us to grow from that too. Because like you said, Cincinnati was our biggest thing because friends and families. I think our biggest happiest was oh, they're not even close to in the top 5. In the viewership or listenership, it's there's a lot more people out there listening than just our friends and family. It's great to bring them in, like you said.
Well, that's because friends and family stopped listening.
Correct. But it's neat to see.
I don't have to keep listening?
No, you still do.
I've never heard an episode that I wasn't on.
Well, you're the one who hasn't been offended yet.
That's just true. I don't know. When they called Nick the number 1 fan, I don't know.
How about when they called you
Episode 3.
Look at those hands on you, dog. Look at those things. Those are ape hands. Number 2 for you, Doug.
I'm going back to the expo and I can't remember what year it was, the whole Superman thing.
Oh,
the Children's Theater had Superman coming.
Oh, yeah.
And the promotion, and we went down to see Superman. I think my wife had tickets for that. And you can get his autograph afterwards and all that. Okay, sure. But I was talking to somebody who was kind of...
Did he sign Superman or Clark Kent?
I don't remember. I think I just
He
threw
signed,
it away.
he signed James Fillings.
But somebody, because it was the woman that was down there with him, I think it was the time. But there was a guy kind of, watching the line and that. And I said something to him, and he was aware of what was going on, what had happened
at
the Comic Expo because, he was I don't know, the big wig with the thing. And that was pretty cool.
Yeah.
We did a lot with them.
Yes.
I
we love the Cincinnati Children's Theater.
He did trivia too, and he filmed it and put it on Facebook.
Yes, we did.
That was a lot of fun.
And tug them and
yes.
That was a good time. He was a great Superman for it. Yeah. Number 2 for you.
I have, if anybody can find this episode, there was an episode where Jeff got some board games from a listener. And I wasn't aware that board games could be like that. Like I
Yes.
thought it was Risk and Life and Monopoly, and that was pretty much it. And he got Santorini, and
Oh yeah.
and I'm positive that he got the game Photosynthesis, and he swears that he has no recollection of this. And I got Photosynthesis because I thought Photosynthesis is a board game. That sounds fascinating. So I got it for that reason, and I haven't been able to find the episode. I've had people look for it, but I remember that time, and that kind of got me interested in the whole board game scene.
So how many board games do you have now?
Probably around 400.
This week.
Thank you, Hobie.
He hasn't been able to find the episode because he doesn't listen. There we go again.
Well, I did offer Tristan. I said, if you listen through the episodes and you find this, I'll give you $50.
Oh, wait a minute.
But that's now off the table.
Oh, crap.
But that so now you have like game night every week with your family, and you brought your family together.
Oh yeah, we hated
Yeah.
each other before board games. I mean, fuck, we hated each other.
What's your number one, Jeff?
I hope he saved his family.
My number one, it's from the same comic expo where that he was talking about, where all the people came, and there was a little kid who was crying because he wanted the stuffed llama, and he was crying, and she kept crying to her dad, "Please, Dad, can I get that?" And it was the last one, and I went and I grabbed it, and I paid the guy $10 for it, and I took it home to my kid.
Jeff played the hero here.
So now the girl doesn't have to cry to her dad to buy it because it's not there to buy anymore.
Exactly.
Telling the story. Yes, I went and bought it. Like, and he gave it to her, and I put it in my bag, and I took it home.
And then I showed everybody in the
I
bag.
think that's the llama that's on our Twitter
Yes, it is.
picture profile picture.
Yes, it is. That is from the October 10th, 2017 episode.
And he swore he was the good guy, too.
I was.
Exactly.
The dad wasn't going to let him have it, so I saved the dad's reputation there in the eyes of his kid. Sure. And then 365 broke the story before you guys, and you guys were there when I.
Yep. Episode 198. Doug. number one.
Two things. One, Randall J. Holt,
Great.
666, best fan.
Yep.
He's the heir apparent to my,
To number one.
Yes. When I give this all up.
So his new nickname is the Heir.
Okay.
And just the expo in general. Just, I mean, like I said, you go there and you sit in on panels. I mean, Saturday I'm in the panel room the entire day. People, I have no idea who they are. And they're all very interesting.
Yeah.
You know.
Almost all are very interesting.
Well,
He said Saturday, not Sunday morning. Sunday mornings, historically, worst day to open.
no.
Wait, wasn't that when Ross Marquand was on?
He didn't open that day.
Tom Arnold was Sunday. He was interesting.
Wait, you get to sit on panels? You don't get to sit in the room and babysit everybody's kids?
Number one for you, Brian.
Hi, I'm Brad.
Number one for you.
Doug, put it on the board. The expos are by far just one of the funnest things that I've been able to be involved with. Specifically, Richard Dreyfuss will forever be one of the greatest things that I experienced. One day I will publish the story of that.
Yes.
In full.
After
because,
episode 1000.
not everyone, obviously outside of this room, has heard the full story.
Yes. It's an amazing story.
But just in general, that is one of the by and far one of the coolest things that I think that we have the opportunity to be involved with.
Yeah.
And I think we do a damn good job, too.
Yes, we do. Yes, we do.
Yeah.
September 22nd through 24th.
It is. There's a lot more work that goes into it than I think a lot of people realize
There's a lot of work
behind the scenes and the things that we do and the preparation and things like that. But it is, again, just probably one of the highlights of what we do.
Yep.
For me.
Number one.
My number one, it's again, not just an episode, it's all the people that we've gotten to know through the podcast, and then the people we brought in, even that were friends, have become closer to. But meeting people, Jeannie,
Stephen Izzy,
Nikki,
Tony,
Nickel,
Chris, and
Kevin.
Anybody, if I forget you, I'm sorry, but everybody.
Neil and Annalise.
Yes.
Meow God, all the people, all the listeners, because without them, again, we would, wouldn't have been, you guys wouldn't have been doing this after 50 episodes if no one listened. So
Stork, Sean, Ian.
Yeah,
Ian.
Fuck him.
Those are the Star Trek people, right?
Yeah, I think so.
Okay.
and all the people that send us like
listener feedback,
actually awesome bribes and delicious food. Like Marble sending us the cheesecake we had earlier that Dr. Dana sent us, the cheesecakes that Nikki sent us, all the stuff that people give us. It's great.
Nisi has sent us stuff.
Yeah, Nisi.
Yeah. Yep. Yeah, let's go. My number one is kind of like the submersible. Episodes 121 and 122. The fucking guy went through Antarctica without a jacket. Worsley. Oh, my God. We named a floppy award after him, the fucking Worsley Award, for the dumbest guy to do
Trekked
something.
across Antarctica unaided, turned into didn't wear a jacket.
And he died. Shocker. Spoiler there.
Like 50 feet from the end.
Yeah, they kind of laughed at him. So, yeah.
Almost made it.
Thoughts and prayers. We did 2 episodes on that.
He was doing that for charity.
So what? Maybe.
I mean, he didn't make it. So
none of the money got given.
They didn't benefit from
And
it.
good for funeral expenses. You would think, maybe his charity should have been get a jacket.
I'm so glad I'm
Are
not
we
the
now canceled?
I'm so glad I'm not the worst person on this show.
Number one for you, Jeff.
I mean, you rival the people on Seinfeld.
Thank you. That was not a compliment.
That's not a compliment.
That's a shame.
Number one for me, Jim started to touch on it. It was the bribes, gifts and bribes that people sent.
Nickel sent us the hockey jersey.
Yeah, you've got the hockey jersey right there. I still wear my little toque hat that was in that first.
I wear my Edmonton Oilers hat still.
Yep, and all the Jeannie coming down with a cheesecake. Yep. I mean, today we got 2 great bribes. Now I got to decide who to vote for. This is going to be tough.
Yep.
Yeah. It's a terrible position to be in.
I know, but
someone's got to do it.
Somebody has to do it every Tuesday.
All the gifts and bribes. I mean, yeah, like I said, board games that I might not even remember getting. I mean, I love them all.
That he misplaced.
We did have some listener answers on this one. Randall Holt, the heir, had I'm Megan.
No,
No, guy's awesome.
No, that is
you just lost.
That's
your
incorrect.
airness.
That one time Blake completely ignored Jason.
That one time.
Any Doug episode.
There we go. Look at that.
Oh, that's
He's the
why.
best.
That's
sucked
why
up
he
to
likes
you.
him.
Jason's great impressions.
Impersonations.
Impressionation.
The fact we've only had Megan tonight, that's odd.
Michael Caine.
There we go.
He said great impressions.
But there are impressionations.
And top 5 side dishes when he did the top 5 for us.
That was at the Comic Expo.
Yep. Honorable mention, all the episodes except the Game of Thrones episodes.
Oh, man.
And honorable mention, the Miami Town Paranormal Festival. Episodes 40 and 41. Come on down. We got Bigfoot as a pet.
I just realized
That interview was so ponderously bad.
It was amazing. It was amazing.
I just realized we didn't even bring the Oreos in from the car, Jeff.
Oh, crap.
We'll get to those next week. What are you suspended next week?
I probably am suspended.
We'll get to those as soon as we eat the chips I brought in January.
The wavy Funyun onions.
popcorn.
About the popcorners.
Chris Richardson from 365 said, congratulations, guys. I say the time the 365 lads appeared on Hobie Live at the Cincinnati Comic Expo, and I kicked Jason's candy ass at WWE Trivia.
Yep.
Let's see here. Jim, you're working tonight. Is another one.
Yeah, I just didn't show up.
Good job.
No call, no show.
So there you go. Thank you to everybody for listening. Thank you, Scab and Doug, for showing up.
I just find it incredible that me, Jim, Brian have all, thanked the guests and work with everybody. You didn't thank any of us.
What?
It was just, that wasn't in your top 5, being with these people.
No, his top 5 is making fun of people's deaths.
Yes. Yeah, that guy didn't have a jacket. Yeah, submersible. Fuck those guys.
They were bolted in. Think about that.
To be fair, I did compliment Brian. I got yelled at. So I do think it's I think it's awesome that we get to do this. I do agree with them, because if I don't do this episode, I feel like, or if I don't do this podcast each week, it's like, oh my God, I got a lot of pent up frustration at the world. So I do think it's wonderful. I'm shocked that people are still listening, and it's awesome.
It's wonderful. Not you guys are wonderful.
You guys are wonderful
every week.
This is wonderful. Not
this is wonderful.
I appreciate your time.
Yes.
He's
give
so
us.
glad he gets his pent out stuff. Like, yeah, remember that guy who got cancer?
Oh yeah,
that was funny.
Yeah, fuck that guy.
Fuck that guy.
Fuck you.
He would probably say that he adds something to the show.
You know what? This is why I don't give compliments. Fuck you all. Don't come back, you assholes.
I did have some honorable mentions. I don't
Fuck
know if anybody
off.
else did or not.
Fuck off.
Go for it.
First, I got to meet my podcast dad.
Oh, that's true.
Pod Dad.
Huge monumental part of my life. Mm-hmm. Also, through this, I got to meet Jeff. Where in total, I got to meet Tristan, who is one of my better employees at work. I was able to Jeff saw a Facebook post that I put up, and through that, I was able to meet Tristan and, all of that. So, like, just kind of, again, piggybacking off of everything that everybody said about the people, but,
Shut up, Jim.
Oh, yeah. Brian, I was supposed to call to let you know Tristan won't be into work on Sunday because we're getting him drunk Saturday night.
So he told me that he was woken up at 1:30 in the morning by people karaokeing.
And that could have happened.
He was mad because he couldn't go back to sleep, and he had to stay up until he had to come into work. So he wanted to leave early because he was tired.
Did you let him?
No. I told him to work harder.
I thought he went to bed early because he was tired of looking at people like making out and too much PDA.
I will have to say, though, he was like, hey, why weren't you at the party last night? And I was like, what party? I wasn't invited. And he's like, oh.
You didn't come to my wedding.
This took a dark
Keep rolling.
So, titles for the show.
You didn't come to my wedding.
You didn't come to my wedding. Title for the show. We're done.
No, I've got a few good ones.
But no, you didn't come to his wedding.
We gotta read these.
We gotta read them because they're good.
It's going to be you didn't come to my wedding.
I have we hated each other before board games. My podcast dad, and you didn't come to my wedding.
I had just shove it in my face. I had sock talk. I said episode 1000. Jeff is dead. Is O.J. Simpson still following you? Jason calls out Kevin James into the octagon.
No.
We are now more relevant than Tara Reid. Or that one boob looks awesome.
Arg! Brian? Who you got?
Sicilian Murphy.
Hey, what are you doing?
My meatballs!
That's the best pizza, Sicilian Murphy.
This is a terrible position to be in. Fuck, we hated each other. I hear you add to the show. Go buy a horse. Should have named her O-Face.
Doug?
I just had sock talk and Jeff's dead and you didn't come to my wedding.
Scab?
I have It Does Smell Like Feet. It's a delicacy in Japan. A good boob. An engineer named Robert finally ran out of Clorox wipes and could be good.
Scab?
I had Wait Till Life Gets a Hold of You, and that's what we call full circuit.
So, more relevant than Tara Reid, or you didn't come to my wedding?
Can you put Tara Reid in there?
Probably not.
I think we could.
She's not relevant.
I think we can put out Jason calls out Kevin James into the
So you didn't
octagon.
come to my wedding. Okay. Thank you, everybody, for listening for 500 episodes. We appreciate it. We got at least 500 more in us. Jeff doesn't.
He's got 499.
No, he's just going to give up at 489. He's like, fuck this shit.
As soon as we hit Auto Man, I'm dead.
He's got 499 problems.
And Auto Man is one of them. Ooh, new title for the show.
Thank you, everybody, for listening. This is old school. We went 2 hours and 25 minutes.
Oh, you got to be miserable right now.
I am. And
I'm
That
just
long
happy
drive
you
home.
turned off your phone alarm.
thank you.
It's
It
9:29.
went off. His phone alarm went off.
That was actually the end of Jeffification. I did a 2-minute time limit on you. Roger says goodbye.
Goodbye.
Bye.
From Walking Dead to Talking Heads, from comic books to TV sets, there's a history. If not so bad, there's the history. It's the history of bad, so bad. The history of bad, it's bad. History of bad ideas. Podcast.
You are listening to a Hobie.